Okay.
Gasp.
That. And then I need to do this. Okay, send this out. Continue. What? What's funny?
Just something on screen. It's funny if you catch it. You
For
might not.
the whole first things?
No, not at all.
Mutiny incoming. How dare you, Dustin?
I love a
Future
good
first mate right
mutiny.
here.
I love the smell of mutiny in the evening.
Oh my word.
Stream Elements is not working. Okay, fine.
What's not working? Yeah. The whole that stuff isn't going to work. I don't think so because I don't have Streamer Bot open. So
Look, everyone, he is live.
yes, we're live.
So if you want to go watch his show directly, you can do that. Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys. So we're still getting set up. Welcome everyone who's here. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. Just checking that we're live everywhere. I see us there. I don't see us here. Why not play? What happened? Okay, for some reason we're not streaming to Rumble. I don't know why.
What are the mysterious percentages on our screens that I see?
That is your computer uploading your recording to it's I think downloading to your system and at the same time uploading it to the Riverside servers. I believe that's what that is.
Whatever.
I just kept waiting for it to get to 100, and it's not happening.
It will never get to 100. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, read the screens, husband.
First without the exclamation. Okay, Paul. Okay, guys. Wait, Francisco was wrong about
I agree, Ashley.
ESB. I don't know what ESB is, so we'll just continue.
If you don't, you have issues.
Yeah, I don't think we need to know what that is. I think we'll be okay. All right, guys. We'll
If
go.
you know, you know.
We're gonna go ahead and do 5 seconds of silence. Do not mute yourselves.
Mutiny?
Do not mute yourselves. We're gonna just record your ambient floor noise. So we will start that now.
One,
One,
two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five,
five.
And please pause typing for now also because that's gonna throw the ambient sound. Okay, here we go. Okay,
So
thank
the
you.
combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the stupidest combination I ever heard in my life. It's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage.
Are you done? PaulJPowers.com.
Never.
You always say, is he ever?
Right.
Come on, you know.
I guess not. All right.
Can we
Got
just
that.
please play that song now and get it out before we ever have this middle of the show? Yes, thank you. Now, don't play it again.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear that, Paul?
This is historic and measured. Return of the Jedi. Do not ruin it, okay?
I'm pretty sure that's the Ewok theme song.
Sounds a lot like
Yeah, Yub-Nub, yeah.
Yub-Nub, yeah.
Oh, my word. I think you just encouraged him to do it more, Ken, so good job.
Yeah, I know.
So distracted by
Should
the
learn
adorable
that.
Now
Golden.
go away or I shall taunt you a second time.
All right. So thumbs up, guys, if you are ready to actually start the show.
I fart in your general direction.
Don't approve of that, Paul. Are you ready, though?
Think so.
PaulJPowers.com.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Then here we go. I think I have all these queued up. Yeah. Okay, Paul. Ready?
Yep.
Starting in 5, 4, 3.
Shuttle going.
Shuttle Thunder Road 3. What is your cargo and destination?
We're using our Salvo authority to survey 80s movies.
Do they have a code clearance?
It's an older code, sir, but it checks out. I was about to clear them. Shall I hold?
No. Leave them to me. I will deal with them myself.
As you wish, my lord. And we'll carry on to episode 335 of the Retro Rewind podcast.
Retro Systems Online. Reflux capacitor fluxing. Scanning room space-time for Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, 1983. Rewinding in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, rewinders and new listeners, to the Retro Rewind podcast, where we take a fresh look at movies and games from 15 or more years ago. I'm your captain of the pod, Francisco Ruiz, and I'm joined by your XO and mine, Paul of the PaulJPowers.com, Force Wielder, returning powers.
Hey, Wanawanga.
Or maybe he's part of the Hutts. I don't know. Also, for this discussion of the film Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, we welcome back a full crew of awesome Star Wars fans, or maybe not fans. We'll find out. We'd like to welcome back Administration Officer of the pod, Ashley Ruiz.
Hello.
Engineering Officer of the pod, Danae Berg.
Hello.
Clergy Officer, Dustin Warford.
Hello, everybody.
Communications Officer, Aaron Wallace.
Hi.
Engineering Officer, Ken Cummings.
Empire is a classic.
And Engineering Officer, Travis Berg.
Well, hello there.
Hello. And the engineers
You're
have the
top-heavy
floor,
engineering
apparently.
here.
It's
Yeah.
the whole engineering crew's here.
Let's go, man.
But now, thank you all for
Maybe
being
they're
here.
trying to
Now
fix
that you
the
have
technicality from that happened last episode. Maybe that's why they're all here.
Yeah, fix it.
Now that you have a quick flyby of who we all are, Paul, can you give us a quick overview of the blah 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 Edna mode?
Edna mode.
And hello, Bobo and Cool Deluxe. Hopefully you're doing well. And now that you have a quick flyby of who we are, Paul, can you give us a quick overview of the production specs for Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and not
here we go.
the
All
Super Nintendo game,
All right.
Game is
or
so
some other
good.
game?
Oh
or
no,
anything
no,
like
no!
that?
This I know.
No,
This
it was
is
called
this is not
Star
a game.
Wars Return of the Jedi. So
All
that's
right.
the problem, okay? You gotta make sure it's the right title.
Yes. All right. Star Wars: Ewoks was released January 7th, 1985 on ABC. It was rated TVG, and each episode runs
Paul?
30 minutes with
Paul?
commercials. A total of 2.
Paul.
Yes.
Yes, there are Ewoks in this movie, but we're not covering the cartoon.
Oh, the
We're
movie.
covering
We already
movie.
covered the Ewoks movies with the Bergs who are here, so I figured, we got to continue the Ewok coverage. No?
Yes, but first we have to cover Return of the Jedi, Episode 6 of Star Wars.
Oh.
That could have been brought to my attention yesterday.
Fine, I'll go back, rewatch. All right. Here we go. Star Wars, VI Return of the Jedi. It was released May 25th, 1983, and runs 11 minutes past the 2-hour mark. It is rated for parental guidance and is directed by Richard Marquand, written by Lawrence Kasdan and George Lucas, with lead stars being Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, James Earl Bones, Billy D. Billiams, and Ian McDonald. Written by John Billiams. No, sorry, the illustrious John Williams, the genius.
I think you got some of those names a bit wrong, Paul.
I usually do. I blame, yeah. It doesn't matter what language it is, and I'll get it wrong. All right, you ready for the box office trivia?
I am ready. Are you all ready?
Aye,
Yep.
Captain.
Awesome.
do it.
And anyone in chat, you're welcome to join as well. Go for it, Paul.
Star Wars: VI Return of the Jedi was made for over $32 million and earned around $482 million at the box office. Sorry, Return of the Jedi, you missed the 500 million mark. Anyway,
So close.
so given this fact, how high in the box office do you think it ranks among the movies released theatrically in 1983? And if you say anything than number 1, you'd be wrong because it came in at number 1. So, for this round, we are going to play a trivia game where we're going to see where Return of the Jedi ranks theatrically compared to all the other Star Wars movies worldwide, not counting for inflation. Where do you think it ranks among the 12 theatrically released Star Wars movies to this date of the recording?
You did that though
Alrighty.
on a previous show, didn't you?
Do what?
What is that, Ken?
I thought you guys already did that before, where you did the rankings.
Well,
We
yeah,
did-
for A
we
New
did
Hope
for
and
the-
Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
but not Return of the Jedi.
Ah,
So it's also how good do you remember the other
I
ones.
know. I was gonna say.
Not at all. The only thing I remember is your rating.
Francisco,
Empire is a
do
classic.
you think that now because of your rating, you're infamous?
I'm infamous, yes.
He already is for the whole Monty Python one.
Anyway,
He's just adding to his arsenal.
I know.
It's like
okay,
he has
so
a
of the
A
12
plethora.
theatrically released Star Wars movies, where does this one rate? Let's start with Ashley.
8.
8. All right, Danae.
Ooh.
And
3.
it's okay if you guys have the same number or I'm not gonna. There's so many of us. It's inevitable with so few numbers to pick from, so that's fine. But go.
You said yes adjusted for inflation or not?
not.
Oh.
Not for.
It's an arbitrary scale that
This is really hard.
Yep.
11.
11.
I
okay.
changed it from 3 based on the math.
Wow. Dustin.
I'll go 10.
10. Aaron.
7.
7. Ken.
Why not 6?
Oh,
Really?
6, 7?
That's what we're doing?
$1.
Yep.
Travis.
I'm gonna go 8 as well.
8 as well. And then in chat we have Bobo guessing 5, and then I think doing an emo. I don't know what Krusha High is, but okay. And for
She's
me,
saying hi.
I am going to venture that this was, you know what? I'm going to say this is probably number 12. So I'm just going to go all the way down to the bottom.
You're out for confidence.
Oh,
is your
no.
Weakness.
Isn't that underconfidence, if anything?
No. You're overconfident because you're just like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, but if he thinks Empire is nostalgic, he would have thought that would be lower than.
Well, if you think
Jedi.
he's
It
wrong
doesn't-
about that, he's also wrong about number 12 because 12 belongs to Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie that was released.
The
theatrically.
cartoon one?
Yes, which
Oh,
was not good
I
at
didn't
all.
think about
I've
that.
seen that
Okay.
one. It's,
The number 11 was Solo,
Solo.
a Star Wars story.
Oh, okay.
I actually
And-
liked that movie.
I know.
And
did
coming
too.
in at number 10 is Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So,
Okay,
good
so
job,
Justin
Mr.
gets
Big
it.
In the
Deal.
bottom 3. Take that, Francisco.
Wait. For all you know, I'm going to rate this a mega tragic, guys. So I don't know why you're coming at me with
No, Mr. Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie.
this. We're not to predictions yet. So thank you for those factoids,
You know,
Paul.
yeah,
And let's
if
see
you-
if any of them factor into our memory mind melt or subsequent roundtable discussion, which we'll get into once Alice has located our target film.
Alert. Target located. Spoilers incoming. Establishing analysis vector.
Return of the Jedi. From the desert fortress of Jabba the Hutt. To the Death Star of the Galactic Empire. To the forest city of the Ewoks. This is the climactic chapter in the Star Wars saga. Remember the Force. Rejoice in the triumph. Return of the Jedi. Rated PG. Now playing at a theater in your galaxy.
I would hope it's be playing in the theater in my galaxy, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see it. And now,
How many other theaters are outside the galaxy?
ooh, good question. Maybe there's some in the Ford Galaxy. Should ask Lone Star about that. But that commercial probably brought back some memories about Star Wars Episode 6 for you. But before we get into what we, for any ratings or anything about those, dang it, let me just
I was
retake
about
that.
to say, let's try that again.
Edna mode.
Edna mode.
Oh my god. Okay. End of Edna mode. Here we go.
Yep.
So that commercial definitely, maybe brought back some memories about Star Wars Episode 6 for you. But to give you some context for the things we collectively remembered about this movie, before our rewatch, here is our memory mind melt synopsis, putting together all our memory pieces of the beginning, middle, and end of Return of the Jedi. A daring desert deliverance dominated by dumb dance dawns as dastardly design of Death Star is developed. A new and bigger Death Star number 2 without the vulnerability, or was that the new moon in Force Awakens? It's a trap! Someone who loves Indiana Jones unplugs the refrigerator to thaw him out. They get caught by Pizza the Hut and rescued by Jedi Joker. By the way, Boba Fett doesn't die. Wink. Luke finishes his training from Ms. Piggy, who grows so tired of all Luke's questions that he actually would rather die than answer anymore.
Good one.
Luke realizes that Vader is his dad and Leia is his sister from older than McGregor Wan. Wow. Just a second. From older than McGregor Wan. The gang meet up on Endor to try to destroy the shield generator, where they are rescued by the primitive Ewoks, who are far superior in war than the well-trained Imperial troops. Princess Leia falls off a speeder in the woods and meets an animatronic teddy bear who brings her back to his village for a frosted animal cracker, while the mini bears think the gold robot is a god. Luke finds the good in Darth Father and gets owned by the Emperor. Then Daddy Vader throws the white hooded guy that has more wrinkles than the California raisins down the garbage chute. A laser light show ensues. Star Wars ends with an even awesomer Death Star battle and fun ground battle with the help of a tribe of Teddy Ruxpins who dance while Han and Leia get it on, where Luke makes s'mores with Vader's Yule log body, and the good guys win. Basically, daring tree dwellers decidedly defeat the dark side. Oh, wow. I mean, there were certainly some things in there that were accurate, but I'd say on the whole, those memories were deceptive. But based on those memories, as flawed as they were, what rating did they lead you to predict for this film before you rewatched it? Classic, nostalgic, or tragic? And I'm going to go sort of in reverse order. Let's start with Travis. What was your prediction?
My prediction was classic.
Classic. Ken. Classic. Okay, that's surprising. Sure.
Empire Strikes Back is a classic. And so is Return of the Jedi.
All right. Well, you think it is, right? That was your prediction before you rewatched it? Okay, I'll take your smile as a yes.
Classic. Aaron. Classic.
Voltron? Aaron.
Classic.
Classic prediction. Dustin, what is your prediction?
Anything other than classic is going to get you canceled, Francisco. It's classic.
Okay. Danae.
I also predicted classic because I don't want to be canceled either.
Ashley.
Well, I was going to say classic, but I want to stick it to Francisco and just call it nostalgic. And I don't care who comes after me.
That's fine.
Thank you
Paul?
for being honest.
Paul?
Yeah, honestly.
What's your prediction?
I predicted that this would hold up as a classic film.
Okay. And I also thought this would hold up as a classic. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Long before.
Wait. So, were you a classic before the show on Empire Strikes Back?
No,
You'll
I
have
was
to listen
nostalgic
and
both
find out.
times.
Okay. I got to say, I know this is a podcast.
He'll be wrong again.
Based
By
on
the way,
those,
folks, if you haven't listened to the Empire Strikes Back or review of it, go back, do yourself a favor, listen to it now, and then continue listening to this.
Yes,
because
that's-
I'm sure there's going to be more callbacks.
probably, unfortunately. It'll be interesting to see if those predictions for Return of the Jedi pan out, though. But first, let's get into the things we liked most about Star Wars Episode 6. I'll spin up our
Best bits.
And our best bits for Return of the Jedi is brought to you by PaulJPowers.com.
Woohoo!
So, now that we've That was a weird transition.
That's what happens when you edit right before the show.
Yeah. Okay, so
Edna mode.
apologyprize.com. Okay, guys, let's get into the things we liked, and let's start with Ashley. What's one thing you liked about Return of the Jedi?
Oh my gosh, there's on a list of so many things to like, just scaling it back to one can be a little hard. But I'm just going to say I love Ian McDermott's portrayal of Palpatine.
Ooh.
It's the first time we really see him in this role, albeit after like Redux and then in the prequel trilogy, but gosh darn it, he is good as this like mystical figure that you really haven't had that much exposure to. I love his just inflection. I love his lines. I just love how sinister he is. And I love he's like, so be it, Jedi, and I'm defenseless, take your weapon. If you'll not be turned, you'll be destroyed. Just all these little things that he says, and just as he's saying them in the movie, I'm like mouthing the words to it too. It's just so much fun. He's a fun villain, and I enjoy him very much.
Yeah, I
Very,
enjoyed
very
his
cool.
performance more in this than in the prequels. He seemed
Absolutely.
more formidable. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He was a lot younger too, and it's just so interesting because like his accent that he uses in the movie is ever so different than his normal natural British accent. It's like kind of almost like transatlantic-y, and he just makes it his own, and it's just beautifully sinister.
Absolutely. Paul, was Ian McDermott on your like list?
No, Ashley reminded me, so thank you for that. What was on my like list was I actually thought this was going to be my classic maker, but the speeder bike chase is just so awesome, especially back in the day. It just like your imagination runs wild with the different possibilities, and I remember back in the day it was just so fun. Now, as you know, through the decades, things have come out and it's not as impressive, but they are still fun scenes. Those spike beater chases in the forest moon of Endor there.
So real quick, I'm curious, if you had to go side by side, would you rather rewatch that scene or rewatch the pod racing scene from episode 1?
I'd rather watch this. If I could maneuver, if I had if I had the maneuverability to do either one, I would choose the speed bikes.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
No, Danae, you disagree?
Yeah, I think the pod racing is way more exciting, but I do love the speeder bikes.
Okay.
It's working.
What, Danae, why don't you tell us something you liked about Return of the
Ooh,
Jedi?
okay, picking from it. I really like that this one is a good balance of action, character development, humor, and redemption arc. Like there's a really good balance.
Yes.
Entertaining to watch. It holds your attention. You still feel like you get characters and it's not all just one thing. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to Dustin next. Was that something that you liked, just the overall arc of the film, or was there something else that spoke to you?
No, I did. I'm glad she mentioned the theme of redemption, because that was also one of my likes. So I won't elaborate too much on that. But say what you will, and it probably will show up in someone's dislikes for a different reason. I love the Ewoks. I do.
Yay!
I mean, what other? I mean, I know Star Wars has thousands upon thousands of alien races and species, but I feel like the Ewoks are just an iconic race that gets introduced in this movie. That as a kid you love the Ewoks, as an adult you realize how ridiculous they can be with what they do in the movie, but it's just they're fun. You go back and everyone knows who they are, what they are, what movie they're in, what they do. I love the Ewoks. I thought it was a creature that was pulled off and served its purpose very well for the tone of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Related to the Ewoks is my like. I mean, not quite the same, but so the Ewoks I felt were pulled off really well. But something that I think was even more masterfully done was the puppeteering of the Rancor, Yoda, and Jabba. I could just completely believe that those were real beings. I just the way the puppeteers moved them, it just really like made me immersed in Return of the Jedi. I did not have to suspend my disbelief at all. It's just those might as well have been real. It's just great. There are some scenes not having to do with their movement that threw me, but just the way they moved and were animated for lack of a better term, made my like list. I like that so much.
I would have to agree, especially in Yoda. I think this is me personally. I think this is Frank Oz's peak performance as Yoda. The way he masterfully does him much older and dying is just it's subtle differences, and it's just a masterpiece.
Well, wait a minute, his lightsaber scene in the prequels was more masterful than that.
But Yoda,
but Frank Oz didn't do that.
I know.
He got
that's
you.
the point.
He
That's
got you, Francisco.
Yeah.
He did. You totally got me. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Me and Ashley were watching. We were both commented on him getting into bed and how his upper body is moving and his lower body is moving. It's just like, how do you do that? It's just is
And the
fantastic.
facial contortions that puppet is making. Oh my goodness. Just the level of detail and like the heaviness and the facial expression. Seeing this individual who's like existed for so many centuries and he's just so tired. And he's just like, I'm ready for my final rest.
Exactly.
He was dead tired. Yeah.
We watched.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say we watched a couple of like behind the scenes or making of, and they have the actors with like Admiral Akbar, costuming on and doing the lines. It's really interesting because you can see more of the puppeteering with that if you guys get a chance to watch.
Oh, awesome. Okay, very, very cool. I did not know. I also don't know, what is Travis's first like for Return of the Jedi? Let us know, Travis.
Oh yeah, I think my first I would have to say just how awesome Princess Leia was in this one. She's one of 4 female characters in the movie, and you see her just taking on these dynamic roles. She's imitating a bounty hunter, negotiating with one of the most infamous crime bosses in the galaxy when the stormtrooper, and then she, ends up killing the crime boss. She jumps off after the stormtroopers on the speeders. It wasn't Luke that was going after him. It was, wait, Leia, and she's off chasing him. So she just really comes into her own as this amazing leader of the rebellion, someone who's not going to be put in their place, and just takes over and helps them save their friend.
Awesome. I'll let Aaron take over the conversation now with something you liked.
So I love the entire opening sequence from when the movie starts and all the way through the Sarlacc pit. I just feel like the pacing of that is really great. It connects to Empire Strikes Back, which is a classic. It connects really well to that film, sets the tone for this next film. You see Luke come in and show up. I love that 3PO has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And then just the whole Sarlacc pit thing is just, I just love it so much because you see that it's kind of organized chaos.
Yeah.
And that Luke has kind of masterminded getting all these people in the right place. And I mean, I'm sure that what's going on in the moment wasn't necessarily planned, but they're all there, and Luke orchestrated that.
Yes.
And I just think the whole opening sequence from beginning to the Sarlacc pit, I just get excited every single time to watch it.
Aaron, I was gonna say I had a thing that I like that it felt like a heist movie. Like the beginning feels like a masterminded heist movie with like a team of criminals that are friends.
Yes. Jedi's 11. I'll share a quick story. I seem to recall one time I was sick, and my mom, bless her, was willing with a VHS so from the point right before, like when Luke says, Jabba, this is your last chance, free us or die. From that point to the end of like when they're getting away, dun 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 dun, and right before the
And don't
Millennium
forget the
Falcon.
droids.
And don't forget the droids,
We're
on our way.
I would ask her to rewind, play that part over and over and over. It's just so good. Organized chaos, action. It was fantastic. Yes, I totally agree with
So well
that.
paced.
Yes,
Beat
absolutely.
by beat, and it's kind of gaining more and more momentum until it just culminates with all of that happening. Yes, at the Sarlacc pit with Luke jumping and flipping everywhere and doing his Jedi acrobatics. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the chaos between Han and Chewie, where they're trying to work together, but Boba Fett's there, but Han can't see.
Where?
And he's like, Boba Fett, and it just, I love that. Anytime Han and Chewie are on the screen, I'm in.
Awesome. And I'm curious what made Ken most in, not most in, but very into watching this movie. What is something you like, Ken?
So I didn't write a list of likes because the movies all like. I had to figure out the ones I disliked. But so as I was sitting here thinking, like, and then Ashley stole mine, Ian McDermott. But everything she said was perfect. And that's why I don't have anything more to add. But what also hit me was the Rancor. When the Rancor died, always gets me. Rancor died.
Yes.
Right? And the trainer was like,
like so sad. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like
Devastated. It's like his little baby.
devastated. My pet.
Exactly.
This is a monster that kills people. Yeah, it's like, anyways, that was one of my likes. It's the fact that always has been is that watching that guy being so upset that his Rancor is dead.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right,
Yeah,
so guys,
I'm with you, Kenneth. That was like, especially as a kid watching that, you're just like, oh, nobody cared so much about the Rancor.
Yeah.
It was so sad. I actually didn't like watching parts of that because it made me feel not good.
Yeah.
But I only really notice it now. I never noticed that as a kid, but seeing it now, I'm like, but did he raise it from it was just a teeny little baby Rancor?
Probably,
It was probably adorable. Now I want to see images of baby Rancor.
I bet they're out there. Just Google it right now.
I'm gonna Google it right now because I need to see.
Oh,
this
that's
in my life.
terrifying. Let's go.
When my daughter saw that for the first time, I remember watching it with her, and she didn't know what was going on. She goes, "Why is he sad? It's a monster."
But it was his monster.
6-year-old Aurora, like, it just ate somebody, and Luke had to kill it. Why is he sad?
It was his
Because
monster.
it's his
dog.
doggy. It's his puppy.
It was his
My word.
puppy.
all right. So now we've all given one thing we liked. So now it's time to get to our classic makers, the things we loved most about Return of the Jedi. Danae, I'm going to start with you. What's the thing you loved most about this film?
Okay. I always usually say one thing, but I changed it up this time.
It's not John
No
Williams?
John Williams.
I know somebody else will take it, so somebody else better take it. What I put as my classic maker this time, because it's how I remember it the most from a kid, is the variety in the production setting. So there's a lot of different locations. They're very different, and it makes it feel very rich. So when I'm thinking of this, I always remember the forest scene, the desert scene, the space parts. There's a lot of variety where it's not just one thing the whole movie.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that's better than John Williams?
No, I just felt like I always say it, and I
All right.
didn't want to be too predictable, but you
Well,
can
you
know in the
wouldn't be
back
wrong,
of your head.
but
Okay.
All right, Paul, give us some other non-variety
All right.
that.
Well,
So,
I'll
what
follow
was your classic
Danae's suit then. But I thought the speeder bike scenes were going to be my favorite, but when I was just taken back because I haven't seen this movie in like 10 plus years, and I used to watch it all the time as a kid because it was my favorite of the Star Wars trilogy. But in the past 10 years or so, it's been the first one, and I haven't seen this one in a while. But when those furry little feet came on screen, my heart and mind just melted and my brain melted. I'm like, there's so much nostalgic goodness for the Ewoks in this that I it was the best thing in the movie for me. And even like when okay, you know, for those of you who've seen this, you know the scene where like the Ewok dies. And,
Yes.
And the,
Oh my
and the
gosh.
music comes, and I'm like, oh no, it's
so
coming.
sad.
Oh no, it's coming. And to me, it's like one of the most tragic things. Like, forget Artax and Neverending Story. This is more tragic to me. And honestly, during this rewatch, when I knew it was coming, but when it hit, I literally started crying.
Oh my
It
god.
just impacted me so much. I'm like, no.
But I
Yeah.
yeah, I totally get that, Paul, because like as watching it, I like put all this backstory of like these were probably Ewoks that hunted together, they were best of
great.
friends. It just you just put that all into that moment. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so tragic.
It's his friend.
And what got me is like the little whine it makes as it dies.
Yes.
It's like, no.
Paul, I'm gonna need you to add to your sound deck when those furry little feet came onto the screen.
It's true. I wasn't expecting it, but then that's how Wicked is introduced. You see these furry little feet coming, like, oh.
Oh my.
That scene for me, it's not just when it dies; it's when its buddy tries to wake it up. It's like, okay,
Oh my gosh, yes.
and then when it realizes his friend is dead, it's like, oh, that's the worst.
I need us to stop talking about it.
I had no emotion when that happened. Maybe in '83 when I was in college, I did, but.
All right,
Yesterday.
Ken. Well,
Poor little
what
bears.
brought the most emotion for you in a good way for Return of the Jedi?
I will not leave you here. I've got to save you. You already have, Luke.
Oh,
You were
that-
right. You were right about me. Tell your sister. I started crying. I watched that film the other day, and most of it was like good, nostalgic, and well, classic. Sorry, and loving everything about it. Right, and I was enjoying it. Right, and then my eyes like the redemption arc, the story of Luke. Seeing the goodness in Anakin, and Anakin's like. I know they did one of the updates that Lucas did. You actually apparently Darth Vader says no before he picks up. But you think David Prowse, he's like, you can see an emotion of
Yes.
but anyways,
Even through the
still,
mask, yeah.
you already have Luke. Like, that's my custom maker.
Yeah.
And speaking of redemption, like I said, I haven't seen this movie in 10 plus years, and
Pa-
I didn't
Paul-
realize till
Paul,
watching this.
Can you
What?
pause? Does Paul sound low to anyone else,
Yes.
or is it just me?
Yes.
No,
real
he sounds
quiet.
like he's like away from his mic, like
Yeah.
Hold
kind
on,
of.
let me.
Yeah,
All right, all right.
testing.
Okay, is this good?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
that's
I'm
better,
gonna have to
thanks.
speak into my name here. Here we go. Just because I can't lift up the mic any taller, but okay. So, Ken, you were saying that there's a redemption arc,
Yep.
and like I said, I hadn't seen this in 10 plus years, and I didn't realize until watching this, and the fact that we recently reviewed episode 3, and that there's a mirrored scene where in this movie, the Anakin is watching the Emperor shoot lightning down at Luke, and it mirrors episode 3 where the Emperor is shooting lightning down at
Mace Windu?
at Mace Windu. And in the episode 3, he didn't make the right choice, but in this one, he did make the right choice.
Gosh, I
and
didn't
threw-
realize that, but yes.
Right, he
So
could have,
good.
and then he threw him out. Well, he didn't throw him out the window, during Mace Windu's time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this time, so it was a redeeming. Like here he is again. He's brought to the same thing, and yeah. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Man, yeah.
Well, that's the reason why I don't like Solo, because Han Solo shot first.
Right.
And the whole story about his redemption of being this bad smuggler, whoever guy kills whoever, right? And then in Solo, well, he's just a nice guy, a good heart, but he does some things badly sometimes, or bad he has to, right? Like, no, you ruined him, okay? So,
Yeah, it's fan fiction anyway, because Harrison Ford isn't in it. Not until they deep fake it. Then I'll watch it again.
For I'm gonna go next because much like Ken, the overall theme of the redemption, but specifically this idea, and okay, so I'm not a fan of Disney's Pinocchio, but I understand why that's a compelling story. The idea of a son saving the father from darkness, I think very much mirrors the Son of Man saving all of mankind from darkness, and I just love that archetype we see in this film. It's just beautiful, and it's captured so well. I love that that Luke never gives up on his dad, is willing to die rather than kill him. And oh my gosh, so you're talking about an echo of episode 3, Paul.
Yeah.
The same thing where Luke could have cut down Darth, much like Anakin cut down Count Dooku, because the Emperor was saying, do it. And he's like, he was essentially he was saying the same thing to Luke to kill Darth Vader and take his place by his side. but he's like, he throws the lightsaber away. Like, no, I'm never going to turn to the dark side. It's just such a good antithesis, or just a good mirroring, but in the positive way. So I just adore that about this movie so much. And I think it's even richer for having seen episode 3.
Yeah.
So I will say that about episode 3. But
Yeah.
That's mine.
Oh, and then I think too. I think
Yeah.
on the redemptive arc, but even just the journey that Luke makes in the film, right? Of being when he's meeting with Yoda, the fear he has of confronting Vader, and like that's the
Yeah.
only way he can be a Jedi. And getting to the end of that, of where he's able to throw his lightsaber down. I think that was just like just another layer of
Yes.
the depth in it.
Yeah. Is that what made your classic maker as well, Travis, or was it something else?
No, my classic maker was, I think, just the scale that Return of the Jedi offers. I think, especially with a lot of the space battles and the hangar scene with the Emperor coming in. There's these hundreds and
Yes.
hundreds of troops. The Super Star Destroyer crashing into the Death Star.
Yes.
It just really felt like a vast climactic space battle and scene that was taking place. So for me, that gets me every time. And the coolness of the new vehicles, that TIE interceptors and the A-wings and everything like that.
Yes,
Just feels
yes,
like
the B-wings.
You're
all
there
that,
in
yes.
it, and with all the real effects too.
Yes.
Why did they bring a medical freighter with them? And I guess,
People were going to get hurt, Paul.
yeah, I was about to say, look, I think most people there are not going to be able to make it to the medical ship. Like,
So-
they're gonna.
What's funny is in my head, I always thought, and this is sort of video game logic, but I thought of it's medical frigate for the spaceships themselves. Like you go there and it repairs the spaceship.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh, it's the mechanic.
okay.
I think that was only in the SNES version.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Well, I had the
that
picture
is-
of Empire. That's the ship that Luke had his hand put on.
Right.
That's
And
true,
Two, I couldn't think of. I was thinking of Battlestar Galactica. This ragtag fleet, going across the galaxy together. There's no place to home. There's no place for them to land. There's no base for them. So they're just running together, I guess.
But you want to leave some behind in case
You want to leave some behind for what, Paul? I'm sorry.
in case they don't make it. So you need to have like
In case it's
right in case your attack on the Death Star fails, you're not all completely wiped
Yeah,
out.
true.
I suppose that's true. Well, we're almost wiped out with classic makers, but Aaron, what's your classic maker for Return of the Jedi?
I am so torn because I thought these were going to get taken. So I literally have 3 that haven't been mentioned necessarily yet.
Okay.
Okay. I think what I'm going to go with is I felt like there's a total cast chemistry
Ooh,
with,
yeah.
R2, 3PO, Chewbacca, Leia, Luke, Han Solo, and even Lando.
Mhm.
Like the core people, like everybody has their role and they play it perfect.
Yes.
Perfectly. Like they all serve the purpose that they're supposed to serve really, really well.
Mhm.
I feel like they all they played off of each other really well. Obviously some of them a little bit better than others, but you kind of can't beat when there's that core cast that has such good chemistry
Mhm.
and that they hit their marks so well. It's really hard to you can't manufacture that in a
Mhm.
film.
Yeah.
You just have to have the right people, but then also, they have the benefit now. This is the 3rd film, so they know how to use people, right?
Mhm,
They know how to use these characters in just the right way, and I think they did that perfectly. So I think that's my classic maker is just that total cast chemistry. I thought it was great.
Although, did anyone else think Harrison Ford kind of phoned it in comparatively to Empire?
He did.
Okay, because he's more
He
soft
did.
around the edges.
I'll say
yeah.
more about that later.
Okay, I'll leave it for that. Okay.
All right. Ashley, why don't you say more about your classic maker?
Okay, well, originally it was going to be Vader's redemption, but since we spoke already so much about that, I can just say I echo all that was said earlier. I absolutely love a good redemption story. It is my
Yeah.
favorite arc in any movie, video game, anything. I love redemption. But I thought my favorite part of this movie was really anything having to interact with the Emperor. I loved all of the throne room scenes, all of the interactions with Luke and with Vader, and the confrontation and the final outcome of everything. My goodness, I just loved the chemistry between that trio, the two Darksiders and the one Jedi, and just having this tension. It was almost like a dance between like how is this gonna end? Luke is doing this part, Vader is doing this. The Emperor is like playing both sides because he just wants to be victorious in the end. He doesn't care which Skywalker is at his side.
Yeah.
He just wants to stay in power, and it doesn't matter if it's old Skywalker or Junior. He doesn't care.
Or Junior.
So it's just.
Come on, JV, join me.
Yeah, I just have the most fun watching those scenes, and it's part of the film that still maintains some of the darker elements that Empire Strikes Back had. So it's very fun for me to watch because it is dark and it's ominous, and it leads to this beautiful redemption. So it's my absolute favorite part, my classic maker. And it just goes back to my first like.
Yeah.
I mean, that Emperor, he's orchestrating evil, but it ultimately leads to one of the greatest redemptions in the Star Wars arc.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, that's such a great one, Ashley. 'Cause I think just the tension that he builds, and you can really see how he's planning these big moves with the Emperor. Like, no, they the rebels found out because I wanted them to. Like, I'm leading him into this trap.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is a menace to society. Take him down.
And the fact that prior to this movie, you know nothing about him other than Vader talks to him, I think, in Empire via holocom, and then and then he shows up here, and he immediately establishes how bad he is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Have you guys ever read any of the Foundation books by Isaac Asimov? Or even
I read the first one.
Heard of them.
So
that's
he
about it.
planned he planned everything, okay, but he couldn't understand the mule. When I was watching this movie about the Emperor says, I've foreseen everything. Well, clearly not, because you died. You know? And I don't
And
think
he didn't sense Luke when Vader sensed Luke. Like, he's like, oh, I haven't sensed him.
The mule, I think, in this movie was the Ewoks.
What do you mean by mule?
Yes.
Well, in the Isaac Asimov's Foundation, right, the mule was like a mutant, right? Something that was not planned for. It was an outlier that was never planned for, and his
So
whole
you're not
arc
talking
of
about
thousands,
a donkey.
No.
Okay.
No, the character's called the Mule, and so that's why it got me. It's like the Ewoks read the Mule. Like, that's everything. He saw everything with these Ewoks.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And I've seen all the classmakers except for Dustin's. So, Dustin, take us home.
All right, I hope you guys understand me when I say this, but my classic maker is when the movie ended. And let me explain. Let me explain.
I love those credits. So
'Cause
good.
I thought this movie wrapped up everything so good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you see Luke become the Jedi. You know, he declares that he is a Jedi like his father, and you know he passes the legacy down. His dad is redeemed. The Emperor is killed. The galaxy is saved, at least until Disney took over. But you know, it wrapped up everything so good. The revelation of the family, that everything got. It was just, I don't know how else to say it other than it was a nice bow. Everything was that you've seen culminated from the very first time you see Vader go after the Death Star plans in the first scene of A New Hope. That's for you, Kenneth. The first time you see that, all the way to them standing there, end credits. I just felt so satisfied watching this movie, like it was completed.
Awesome.
So I loved how it ended.
Very, very, very cool, guys. Well, so now you listening know the things we liked most about Return of the Jedi. But let's talk about something that you may not have known has some trivia about Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
You didn't forget something?
The more you know.
The Empire.
We're trying something different, kids. Don't pay attention to it.
They rewrote the script. Forget it.
Sorry. I was waiting for that, saying, oh, you forgot that Empire was a classic. I get
Pay
it.
no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Sorry.
He'll never admit that.
My bad. Okay, sorry.
Play the sound again, Paul. Yes, the more you know about Return of the Jedi. And today's trivia for Return of the Jedi is brought to you by Firejoy Studios. FireJoy Studios crafts digital and analog experiences to be a source of community for those that feel alone and isolated. Whether you are searching for companions or you desire your friendship to be forged stronger, FireJoy Studios makes podcasts, games, and live streams where you can find fellowship. Subscribe for free at firejoystudios.com to stay up to date on the Retro Rewind podcast, Junkyard Juggernauts, and the return of Saracade Adventures, a Saturday morning live stream where I play games reminiscent of Saturday morning cartoons. Hope to see you all at firejoystudios.com.
That's great, Francisco, but how does that transition into the trivia?
Because FireJoy Studios sponsored the trivia, which I'm going to tell you right now. Did you all realize that according to Ian McDiarmid, who played the Emperor, as we just spoke to, George Lucas originally cast him simply as a physical performance of the Emperor, similar to David Prowse being the physical performance of Darth Vader. However, McDiarmid felt he could conduct a stronger, more wicked and demonic voice for the Emperor, more so than Clive Reville, I don't know, who was the Emperor in the original Episode 5 in that hollow deck thing. Excuse me. And he had voiced a more aristocratic Emperor. Lucas and even Steven Spielberg were so impressed with McDiarmid's take that it ended up becoming a signature trait of the character.
Cool.
So my question to you all is, what actor or actress do you think gives the most wicked performance in movies or TV? Let's start with Paul.
I don't know. My mind automatically goes to Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo for Wicked. But my favorite Wicked, of course, is the Ewok one. So that's for Davis.
Oh my gosh. So bring it full circle in a way that doesn't help. Okay. Danae, how about you?
Okay, I think there's a lot of options, but I thought of Glenn Close in a couple of different roles because
Hook?
she is, well, yes, obviously. Obviously.
Not the blue box.
Blue box.
No, the 101 Dalmatians live action. She is so unhinged. And then Fatal Attraction. Both of those
Sure.
came to mind as
Fatal
like
Attraction.
she is so
So different,
intense.
those movies.
I know, but that means like she is such just a broad actress, but so intense with her emotions and so good at being evil. So
Yeah.
I thought women don't like to be called broads.
yeah, sure, we don't. So good call, good job, Paul.
Okay,
Travis, how about you?
I'd have to go probably a popular answer, but Christoph Waltz, especially in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, yeah.
Just so chilling, calm, but
He was
really
so good
knows
in
what's
that.
going on. That's always a
A
great
movie I need to
villain.
see.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either, but okay. Awesome.
It's good. Very
That's a bingo.
Dustin, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with a character that I hated for his entire arc in the TV show, and when he died, I cheered and wanted it to be even worse than it was, and that is Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Yes.
Just a wicked character that could not
Good
meet his
one.
end soon enough. And when
Totally.
he did,
Yeah.
it was
Jeffrey
a pretty bad
from
end.
The Throne Game. Yeah.
When he met his end, there was so much happiness that he was gone, and then you just wish it should have been worse. What he
Yeah.
did deserved a much worse ending because he was horrible.
It wasn't long enough. Yeah.
I don't know the name of the actor, honestly, that played him, but nailed the role. Absolutely
right.
nailed it.
Nice. Aaron, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Heath Ledger as Joker in
Ooh,
The
okay.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That
Second one.
is my all-time favorite on-screen performance ever. I remembered him in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, yeah.
But I went into the theater and was watching this movie and I'm like, who is playing this Joker? He's
wow.
incredible. I had no idea that it was Heath Ledger. I didn't recognize
wow.
him. And I remember reading that they didn't do any origin for him in this film because I believe it was Christopher Nolan that just wanted him to be an absolute like final version of Joker. And I mean, it is just, he gives an absolutely amazing performance. Like I find myself just being drawn back in like cringing because of his performance. It's so intense and so good. He feels chaotic and unpredictable, which is what he was supposed to bring to the film. And I mean, he well-deserved Oscar. And I wish that he was still with us to give us more performances this legendary, but that is my all-time top.
Awesome.
Well, Aaron, it's all part of the plan.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Before we get
Why
to
so
Ashley and
serious?
Ken, I'm going to say from chat, that's our Baba says, Kurgan in Highlander, that scene in the church, I never wanted a villain to die more than him in that scene. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember that now that you mention it. Ashley, how about you?
Oh gosh. When I was thinking about this, I'm like, could I just use the Emperor? But that just seemed like a little too cliche because I don't really remember villains except when I'm watching the movie because I usually put them out of my mind. So then I was like, well, what answer would like 8-year-old Ashley come up with? My favorite villain that I remembered and loved was Paul Freeman as Ivan Ooze in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, just because he's so ridiculous. He's clearly enjoying himself, and he's got all these wonderful, memorable lines, and it's ridiculous. But if I'm taking this seriously and I'm applying it to something that could happen in real life in a movie that I enjoyed,
Ivan Ooze could happen in real life.
in a performance that I enjoyed, I would probably go with Meryl Streep's character in The Devil Wears Prada because she is just a heinous, horrible human being.
Yes.
So silly answer is Ivan Ooze. Serious answer is Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada.
Nice.
Power Rangers, let's do it!
All right. Ken, that leaves you.
You know what's funny? When you said Wicked, my first pop was Wizard of Oz, and I'm like, what the? No, it was not. Anyways, Lionel Barrymore as Mr. Potter. It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
That is, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
when Uncle Billy hands in the paper, accidentally, and there's the money in there, he knows it's the money.
Yeah.
He knows to give it back. He just will not give it back. That's just evil,
And he
And Lionel
calls the
Barrymore,
police on him, yeah.
great actor. Okay, I mean, he actually even I think the story is that he also was talking with Jimmy Stewart about doing the role. He wanted Jimmy to do the role, but Lionel Barrymore, great actor, and Mr. Potter is just there's an evil character, wicked character.
I haven't seen the movie, but I'll take your word for it.
What?
He's on one of
Never?
the greatest villains of all time list. A couple of these that we've recited are actually
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like the Wicked Witch of the West from the original Wizard of Oz is like in the top 5, which
Really?
was strange.
Sure.
Margaret.
Okay.
Not
Wait,
that
have you seen Lord of the Rings at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Lord of the Rings.
But you haven't
it out of my
seen
mind.
It's Wonderful Life, have you?
I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. Francisco's missing out.
Those two movies are in the same genre, so it's fitting.
No, I
Totally
have someone
bizarre.
I
He would
know-
have seen one, but not the other.
No, I have someone else I know
Basically
who
the
never
same.
saw
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. So I'm like, I'm just figuring out what kind of person is Francisco,
You'll
I'm a
never-
complex type
You'll
of person.
never-
You've
fully
seen the
figure
Princess
him
Diaries,
out.
but you've
Wouldn't
never
you
seen
agree,
Silence
Paul?
of the Lambs.
Yeah,
I mean,
great
what do you
trivia,
I've
Francisco.
seen both those movies, Dustin.
Now that we've
Just
all
saying,
had
that's
some
comparing those things, right?
Okay, Paul's talking right now. Let's let him talk.
now that we've all had some trivial fun of making fun of Francisco, let's find out what memories you, the Rad Rewanders, had about Star Wars, VI-Return of the Jedi.
Sure, we'll go with that. All right. James Felix says, these movies were so formative in my childhood years. To this day, I still get shivers during the final duel between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. The flashing lightsabers, the haunting music, the high emotions, all which lead us to Luke. You failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi, like my father before me. The Emperor, so be it. Jedi.
Wardell White says, my mom took me to the theater to see the movie while she went to see John Carpenter's Christine.
What?
I saw Christine years later. Return of the Jedi was and still is a better movie. The original trilogy, and especially this one, was a lot of fun. Ewoks, Jabba the Hutt, the lightsaber duel between Luke and Vader, Vader dropping the Emperor while he was hot. Just awesome.
And Paul, I'll say this. Move back just so your mouth is just above your logo. And let's try that.
What, this right here?
Yeah.
All right.
You're having plosives.
Am I coming in too hot like the Emperor?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wardell White. Here.
No, you don't have to do that again. That'll be fine. I just want for continuing on.
All right. Good to know.
Okay. Philip Hurd says, my favorite of the trilogy, with the most poignant moment of the franchise when Luke is wailing away at Vader and John Williams' score is intense during their lightsaber fight.
Jeremy Shields says, Empire doesn't rise to greatness without the resolution this movie provides. This movie gives context to why Darth Vader is relentlessly pursuing Luke. It's a father wanting his son back.
And Who Will Save Generation X podcast finishes out by saying, I remember being horrified when I found out at the end of the movie we see a bunch of empty stormtrooper helmets, which leads us to believe that their remains were eaten by Ewoks. Yug yug.
More like yum yum.
Yeah, or yum yum. Yeah, exactly. Yum yum. Well, thank you all so much for those for sharing your memories. But now that those were a mix of mainly good, some bad, and let's go into the things we dislike most about Return of the Jedi. Alice, cue that up for us, please.
It's a trap!
Worst woes.
Did Francisco freeze for anyone else?
Francisco.
Yeah, something happened.
Okay.
Oh, I'm frozen?
And Ashley.
Am I still frozen?
Ashley and you are both.
All right, not anymore.
No!
I thought maybe something was like,
Okay.
be quiet because he's got more script.
It's very still.
I mean, I was waiting for Paul because he has the next line, but
Oh, sorry.
Voltron.
Yes.
Voltron.
All right. Our worst woes of Return of the Jedi is sponsored by Voltron, the defender of the universe. You can find him if you Google it, or you can actually find the real sponsor, Francisco X Ruiz. You can find him at Discord at retrorewindpodcast.com/Discord. You want me to redo that?
Francisco is sponsoring his own show. Okay.
Well, someone's got to. All right. And our worst woes of Return of the Jedi are sponsored by Francisco. And you can find him on Discord at retrorewindpodcast.com/Discord.
yes, indeed. All right. And I'll start things off, since I'm the hater of movies, apparently.
Empire Strikes Back's a classic.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll see.
So, for Return of the Jedi, since we're talking about Return of the Jedi, not Empire Strikes Back, something that I did not care for was some of the rear projections were very obvious. Like, as much as I like the Rancor scene and the puppetry, at the end when the guy's really sad, it's very clear that it's in front of a rear projection of the Rancor.
Or
Yeah.
when
Another
Luke
scene
is being held up to its mouth like he's about to be eaten. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
that one I didn't notice that as much.
That's what I noticed.
But okay. And then another part where Han and Lando are talking right before they're going to separate, and Lando's going to take the Falcon. Han's going to take the crew, crew down to the moon, and the Falcon's like in the background.
Yeah.
It's just like that seemed very plainly rear projected.
I can see that. Yeah.
And there didn't seem to be even a reason for it because nothing was moving. Just I feel like you would have done better with a matte painting there or something, or just like live. You have the Falcon
Go out in
from
space and film it.
Empire Strikes Back. Just do it in front of that or something.
You
I don't
have
know.
millions of dollars in this budget.
You
Go
sure there
make it
wasn't a
happen.
painting? I mean, Duncan's
Well,
right. Because there wasn't a painting.
I mean,
back,
maybe
or-
it was a matte painting. I don't know. They're just it had
You
the
could
feel to me of
tell.
rear projection.
Yeah.
And that was more obvious in this film throughout. So that was my first dislike.
Mine's really close to that. And mine
Okay,
is-
then go for it, Paul. What's your first dislike?
and just to give context, I watched the theatrical cut, and so in that, a lot of the green screen and blue screen effects, there's a lot of hard edges around. Like back in the 80s, we didn't really notice that, but it's really disjarring when watching it today. So going along with the rear projections, those hard lines around the ships flying and everything is a bit distracting.
God.
Now I know in the new edition they blurred that a little bit, but it's still noticeable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Ashley, what's something you noticed about this film that you didn't like?
I didn't like the redundancy of a second Death Star. I just thought that
That's
plot
fair.
point was incredibly boring, and I wasn't here for it. Like,
I mean, is there
Slow
something
and
you-
boring.
Wait till you see the next movie.
Like, we already had the plans. We better make another one.
Whoa. So that's the thing. I heard stories where that Death Star was actually in the works prior to the first one being destroyed.
What?
There's no way it could have been at that point. You know, it had to. I mean, the years between the original Death Star blowing up and this one.
Well,
How
they
many
were
years was
making
that?
a lot. Yeah, I thought I thought the ingenuity to build one so fast was incredible. They must have like a whole fleet of Death Stars they're building.
I mean, yes, if that's true, that's impressive, but it's redundant, and it just feels like they could have invented something more original because you know it
Another
was
X-Wing,
setting.
how many do we need?
It was just setting this. It was setting the stage. It was still the original trilogy. It was going to close out and do something great, and it's like, oh, cool, another Death Star.
You know what the
Yay.
problem is? Is like you're the creator and they're like, okay, now we have to do it better. Okay, what's better than the Death Star?
A second one.
Nothing.
Yeah.
A second one.
And
It's
then
not
Disney-
fully
only half
complete.
built.
It's only
then
half
Disney
built, but
takes
it's
over.
fully
Fully
operational.
functional Death Star.
Then Disney takes over and says, "Let's do a Death Planet."
It's like, oh, your friends
The whole
will
planet.
find this station is fully operational when they arrive. Something like
Close. When your friends arrive, yes.
that. Yeah, something,
That's
something
no
like
moon.
All right. I'm
that.
curious.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
What does anyone feel like they have a better climactic element for this movie than a second Death Star? Yes, I get that that's
It's redundant.
redundant. But
How
anyone
about
have a better
go
idea?
in and blow up all of Coruscant because that's been taken over. Oh wait, this wasn't invented by then.
It's just like, congratulations, Empire. You're so original. I mean, you invested all this time and money into the plans. I mean, you might as well reuse them because
I
it
mean,
worked so well the first time.
Bureaucracy. What are you gonna do? Okay.
It is what it is.
So let's go to someone who uses a lot of the same plans to get planes up in the air. Ken, what's something you didn't like about this film? I don't know, Ken. I'm sure you were designed to what things.
Segue, okay. The bugs of Endor.
The bugs. Like there's
You know,
no
I mean,
bugs?
The speeder scene is all wonderful and all right, but that whole thing, how fast she's going with no helmet on, no visor, right? I'm sorry, but if there's no bugs of Endor, that she should have just been like, can't see or I can't see anything because of all the bugs, you know?
there's not
like,
that
she'll-
many.
but they're like what the
Suspension of
heck? You know, really,
disbelief.
there's no bugs of Endor at all?
She didn't
Maybe
know it
not.
yet, but she was using the Force.
That's true.
using the
Well
Force.
played, Dustin. Well
Yeah,
played.
There you go. You know,
I
that was
mean,
like-
we know that Ewoks eat stormtroopers. They don't eat bugs, so
That's true. They eat humans, right? They were.
yeah. I mean, they were gonna eat Han and Luke, so yeah, I guess so.
Wookiees and Wookiees
Maybe
too,
there
but-
are no bugs.
Well, that's what I thought too, right? But I'm like, that's what one of the things.
That's why it's so green there.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's fair
it's that or the fact that the Emperor, you throw him down a shaft, he can't stop himself from falling. You know.
No,
But
not from that height.
He can't be Space Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
He used all his
Oh my
force
gosh,
power.
that was the worst.
He can't launch himself up.
Oh my word!
I'm
All right.
an icebox, but here I come.
Speaking of worst things, Aaron, what's something you didn't like about Return of the Jedi?
That is so funny that was your segue because so there is a flaw in the original Death Star, right?
Yeah.
Where like if you can shoot, I don't remember, was it torpedoes or something
Yeah, I think
into
photons
the
are torpedoes.
into the small hole,
Mm-hmm.
and they go down the corridor
causes a
to
chain
their
reaction
that
down to
causes
the
a chain
same-
reaction
to the
But
center.
this time in the second Death Star, we're gonna make pathways big enough for the Millennium Falcon to fly through, so it can get to the reactor and fly around and shoot it and then blow it up.
It's still under construction.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Emperor's plan.
I had that on
As
my list.
Vulnerable as
High
possible.
risk, high reward.
No biscuit, no biscuit, baby.
I totally had that on my list too, Aaron. Just protect the core. Oh my gosh, protect the core.
Well, and you know what is so funny is I have seen this movie. I don't even know how many times. And for some reason, when the plans came up this time, it was like,
what idiots! They couldn't fly a ship in last time, and now they can fly like one of the biggest ships in the fleet into the Death Star itself, right next to the reactor. And then once they get into that space, like it flies around the whole thing. Like that was. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So not only did they just have the redundancy of the Death Star, but they made it worse.
But this is what happens when you run out of funding to
again,
complete your construction project.
You know, they put a stormtrooper in charge of it this time, I guess.
Standing guard with his
Maybe that was the
little
whole point.
blaster.
The Emperor was so smart. He was like trying to lure them in into this thing, you know, lure them in like this, like
The
oh, so
long con.
Yeah.
The long con. Yeah,
Right.
that's fair. Like because he had the
It was
deflector shield and stuff, but still, it's like,
Exactly.
let's make this an enticing a thing for the rebels to come to, and then we could destroy them. But yeah, it's still.
I've seen it all.
It's like
You will die.
there's so much hubris there that this is gonna work. We don't
Really?
need any backup plans.
The Emperor didn't have hubris. He was a very humble guy.
No, he did.
I know. I'm
This
joking.
was a result of hubris, is what I'm saying.
I know.
It was,
You
it
think
was
a
a
few
construction access.
well-paced cargo bay doors could have prevented that entire thing from happening? Now, let's just close the door here. Now no ship can come. We're
Well, we're not gonna dig a scratch on it, so.
Well,
And there were like 2 or 3 entrances. I don't know if you saw that in the diagram, and not just one way to get in, but 2.
wow.
Okay, this is not really part of the gripes, but just a random question. I
Yeah.
thought of this while we were watching. Do we ever see any of the construction going on? Like,
Well, there's all these like red like construction beams when they're
Okay.
on the surface, so I assume it
Yeah.
is.
Since
but-
I'm assuming they are assembled by droids, but you never actually see the work happening, which
Yeah.
led me down the path of they have to have plans to be executing on. So why was there only like one secret set of plans originally that were intercepted instead of like, oh, we can just take any droid that's been anywhere near the Death Star construction?
Because they have
I
their minds
mean-
wiped.
Maybe each droid only has plans for their section, not the
Maybe.
whole thing.
Could be.
But
Could be.
yeah, that's
Yep.
a fair point. Danae.
This is the
How
questions
many-
the engineering department asks.
How many janitors died in this Death Star? Jeez.
Too many.
Yeah, but Danae, while we're with you, what's something you disliked about this film?
Oh my gosh, if nobody else says this, I'll be really surprised. I hated the Cantina Band digital.
Oh,
shit.
yes.
my gosh,
the
yes.
song, the characters.
Jedi
I
rock.
wish it was just complete.
I
It's
think
just,
Paul has
it
the
should just
Paul
be
has a clip of that
gone.
music, right?
Paul,
I-
No, this would have been a better song.
No, so bad. It's so jarring from the movie. The animation of the main singer is. I mean, maybe
It's
it's fine,
bad.
but not for that scene.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's just bad. I went back and I tried to watch like the original scene
Yes,
that
me
they
and
filmed
Ashley
for
did the
it.
same
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's also kind of weird, but it fits better.
Yes.
I guess
Cringe.
that I guess
Yes.
the creators didn't like the original song as much, but I don't think that this was a good replacement.
Yeah.
it was worse.
You want to
Yeah.
know what's so crazy though that is impressive about that part is so the green gal with
Twi'lek.
like
Mhm.
yes.
Oh yeah.
The other
It
slave.
is the same actress from
Yes.
the
Oh.
original
Yep.
that also
Really?
is in the added scene.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
the
Same
same
choreography.
dancer.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
And like that is impressive.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
what is that? A 20-ish year span or
Something
so
like that. Yeah, I think so.
before from when it was originally filmed
They could
to
also
adding
digitally
that
remove
in.
wrinkles and cellulite.
But I mean, back then though, I don't know if it was that great of technology, but still, the fact that she was able to still move like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like I twist the wrong way
Oh.
putting dishes in my dishwasher, and I have to find a heating pad. So
I thought you were saying that they just reused her footage, like that they
Nope.
just
No, it's the
they
same
refilmed it. I
gal.
didn't know that. I
Yes,
thought that they
they've-
just reused her same footage originally or
Mm-mm.
something. Oh, that's
No.
super cool.
they added her in, and I don't remember what the connection was, but somebody that knew her was like, no, you should call her up. She would totally redo, she would
Oh,
totally shoot this
cool.
and add it in. So
That's
that's
crazy. Mm-hmm.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, going off of Danae, that was also my tragic maker.
We're not to tragic makers yet,
Aw,
but
sorry,
if you,
Paul.
Sorry.
Close.
Oh, we're not to tragic makers.
no,
Oh,
not yet.
well, I
Edna
didn't say
mode.
anything
Like,
then.
yeah.
You can edit
And
that
the
out.
mode.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything because I was waiting to hear from Dustin. What's something you didn't like, Dustin?
So, I know we talked about the comical moment of Han and Chewie on Tatooine, and them choreographing. I can't see, where am I going? But all that to say, to this day, I still hate Boba Fett's ending.
Yeah.
In this,
down
it's
like
it's such
punked
an
out. Yeah.
anticlimactic, best bounty hunter in the galaxy, an iconic character, and he gets accidentally hit and falls into Sarlacc, and he's done.
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
Until how many years later, when the Book of Boba Fett comes out or whatever, and you find out, oh, he didn't die. But all that to say, it was such a, in my mind, still a lame ending to such an iconic character in the Star Wars lore.
Yeah, and he was just 2 days away from retirement too. It's like,
I never liked Boba Fett. It's just
Did you guys ever see Patton Oswald when he has this like 7.5 minute long thing
The
on
Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
Yes.
gosh, it's so funny.
It's good.
Yeah.
And have you seen the clip where he's speaking and it shows side by side of the
Yes, frame for
Mandalore?
frame. Yeah.
yeah. Pretty good.
Edna mode, Travis, I feel like I may have marked you down accidentally. Did you give your first dislike already or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, I didn't think so. I think I
Track-
prematurely.
Track better, Francisco.
You're
I've
tracking
tracked
better
in my
than some
mind.
of
I was
us.
checking.
Well, you track things in your mind. Your mind makes them wrong.
I did share it from a certain point of view.
Fair.
All right, so I'll go to you next here. All right, Dustin, awesome. Or not awesome since we're in the dislike section. But let's go to Travis for his first dislike, and then we'll get into tragic makers.
Yeah, so one of my dislikes, and it was a smaller one, but when the parties get separated on the Force Moon of Endor, and like, oh, come here, R2, we need your sensors. They're like, oh, R2's sensors didn't find him. When has R2's sensors found anything ever? Like, oh, it's beyond his range. Oh, we can't find him on Hoth. Oh, R2's sensors aren't picking him up. It's like, well, that's just pointless.
I totally thought as an engineer, Travis, you're going to go a different direction. Like, how could R2's wheels travel the forest moon
That's always-
with
Right,
all the
that's true,
branches
too.
and everything?
He has
Yes.
rocket boosters, as we learned in
Yeah.
Revenge. of the
Oh,
Sith,
yeah, that's
so-
Oh, yeah,
That's
set the
true.
forest on fire
Constantly.
while the speeder
Yeah.
crashes. Yeah.
The film crew missed that part.
Oh my word! So,
Well,
so just the,
when he's coming into the Jabba the Hutt, right? They scene, you can see C-3PO and R2 coming down, right? Then there's stairs, and C-3PO comes down and it hides R2-D2, and all of a sudden it pans over. Now he's on the bottom.
Right.
Oh.
They often do that
Yeah.
throughout the Star Wars films. Like in the cantina scene, they do that as well. In the original one.
craziness.
It's
So
like,
hold
you
on.
did not see the droids. They're in the background. Pay no attention to the stairs.
Exactly. But now I definitely want to pay attention to our tragic makers. Let's begin with Paul. What's your tragic maker, Paul, that you dislike the most about Return of the Jedi?
So, as I was saying before, I watched the original, the theatrical version.
Yes.
And this is right along with what Danae is saying. The Jabba's Cantina song or whatever, it is so much shorter, and I realize why they tried to like replace the puppets with digital characters, because in the original, as masterfully done as Yoda is, those puppets are kind of like they're very rubbery, and they move like they're like finger puppets almost.
They're kind of Sesame Street quality. Like
Oh, they're
just
less
like,
than that, but
Okay.
yeah. But
New
anyway,
Jersey
it's
version of Sesame Street.
it's a song you kind of get it, it's there in its place, but what's great about the theatrical cut is that the song is much shorter. You want less. It doesn't play well, so you want less of it. In the special editions and beyond, it's even longer.
Yeah.
They took the original and they made it worse with worse songs, just like the Ewok Yub Yub song at the end, I think, is replaced with a worse song than the original. So, to me, the worst thing about this movie Return of the Jedi is the work done afterwards to replace songs that that were better than what they were replaced with. If that makes sense.
I'm going to go the opposite direction with my Tragic Maker because I think this seems to not be fixed in any version. I think this was original in the theatric, and it's the same throughout, at least the special edition me and Ashley watched, though it's not the latest special edition. And that's all the explosions were like really green and felt like they took all the white out. Like they didn't want the white to blow out the camera fine, or if you have too much white and exposed to the lens, it blows out the image, and that's fine. But it felt like it's taken way too far back, and they added green maybe to compensate for the blue screen. I don't know exactly what it was, but they just felt very off. You didn't see that really, that from what I recall, in Star Wars, Episode 4: A New Hope, or Empire Strikes Back, a very nostalgic movie. But in this, I'm kind of sad that the explosions weren't a bit better. I think the one of Jabba's not cruiser, but whatever Jabba the Hutt's barge, his traveling barge. That explosion was great. I think that was like real on at the desert, and that's probably why it looks so well, as opposed to a green screen explosion or a blue screen or whatever. So that was my Tragic Maker. Those took me out so badly. So that's my.
So your Tragic Maker, as Major Payne would say, was the explosions.
Yes, exactly, Paul. All right. Let's go to. Dang it! I'm sorry, Paul. You gave your Tragic Maker, right?
Twice.
Okay, that's okay. That's why I was a little thrown. All right. Let's go to Danae next. What was your Tragic Maker, Danae?
Okay, my Tragic Maker it's the plot element-ish around Lucas talking to Yoda. He gets to Yoda. They're having their deathbed confessional, and Yoda tells him absolutely nothing. Like, he's just like vaguely alluding to things. I'm like, here's your chance. Alludes to very little. I'm like, this is your chance for some exposition. Like, give him something to go off of.
Doesn't my take on that is Yoda thought it was better that he didn't know.
Okay,
no?
hold on. That's
Okay,
not
sorry.
even my Tragic Maker.
Okay.
So going from that to then he meets Force Ghost Obi-Wan, who tells him everything immediately. Like, there's no alluding. It's like, here's your sister. Yep, you guessed everything right, and this you need to go talk to blah blah blah. It was just I'm giving you nothing, and now I'm giving you everything without any work being done for it.
Well, that's because Obi-Wan has been trying to correct a wrong that's been like 3 movies. Yoda,
he's like, what do I have to lose? I'm already dead. I don't know.
This is his last chance. He knows this is his last chance with Luke.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any more after that.
And to be fair, I don't really know how to balance that differently, but it was just really obvious when it was like, I'm giving you nothing, and then I'm giving you too much. It was like the contrast of that.
Story-wise, it didn't make sense.
Yeah,
I think they could have done that a little bit differently.
That's quite a tonal shift right there.
Yeah. I want to say my only idea for why that happened is because I think that's for the audience that maybe has not seen the first 2 movies. That's probably not very many. But I imagine, because I feel like this movie is fairly self-contained. Like, you could probably watch this movie and understand everything that you need just this by itself. I wouldn't recommend that.
Especially after 3PO's exposition and when they're in.
Exactly.
He tells us all of it.
Yeah. So I think that's part of it, to give you the sort of the deeper analysis of what Luke's motivation is. But I don't think it is a weird contrast.
I think Yoda could have given him a little bit more to go off of, knowing that he was literally dying.
Yeah.
And this is like, we're seeing each other for the last time, all of that.
Or maybe this is a representation, like when you want something, you go ask mom, but she says no, so you go ask dad.
Wow.
Except when you ask mom, she dies and disappears.
Yeah.
Or maybe people become Force ghosts and then are just more truthful.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of asking Dad, Ken, what's your Tragic Maker for this? Not that Ken's my dad.
It isn't it, but I mean, you remind me of the fact that Luke asks Leia, "Do you remember your mom?" And Leia's like, "Yeah, a little bit."
Oh, yeah.
What?
Ugh.
Like, excuse me, you're twins. You got okay. Anyways, my judgment maker is as I'm watching this movie, I'm sitting here thinking, the hardest. I wrote down my notes. The hardest part in watching is knowing what they did in episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Oh,
They took this. I mean, and I had read a lot of the books after the, I Heir of the Empire. We read a lot of books, Star Wars books, and like, and how the story went, with both Han and Leia, they having several kids, Luke doing Jedi Academy, even maybe getting married. I think it was all the different things that were that made the world, and then sitting there going, and it got ruined. I mean, I generally enjoyed the movies 7, 8, 9. You know me, but I'm like, you guys ruined it. You guys ruined.
Well, I was thinking something kind of similar. I was thinking it's too bad they never made any sequels to this movie because, those others are just like fan fiction alternate verse kind of a thing.
That's sure what it feels like.
yeah, absolutely.
And I would, if Disney was smart, maybe not, they would say, something about those movies. Here's some new episodes 7, 8, and 9. Watch our movies and we make a ton of money because people are going like, oh, we would. You're actually going to do the right thing?
That's just one multiverse thing.
Yeah, one multiverse, right?
Yeah.
And remember that speech in Parks and Recreation? Hey, multiverse is here.
Call up Patton Oswalt.
Oh my word.
Thanos, when he did the snap, he snapped a new universe. Okay,
Oh my goodness. Thanos starts with a T, and so does Travis. Travis, what's your tragic maker for Return of the Jedi?
Also starts with a T.
Wow.
Good job, Francisco. You're right. Those are the same letters. All right. I think my tragic maker for... I'm kind of torn between the engineering prowess of the Ewoks, being
Yes.
tragic, the murder teddy bears, and I think it's the turning point in all of the tension of the fleet being ambushed, the shield being on, is Chewie Tarzan swinging with the Ewoks onto the ATSC. That's really like the turning point of when things happen, and it just, I mean, it's okay, but I feel like it just doesn't match the tone of it very well. Like all these people are dying, it's not going well. It's like, oh no, it's okay. We've got this like great comedic moment to come in with Chewie landing on
Well, that's
top
where
of the
it
ATSC.
turns and they start turning for the better, right?
It does, but it just feels, I don't know. It feels like it didn't like match the the same sense of
the
it.
editing on that. I agree. The editing on that. And in fact, in one scene, you're watching the chicken walker. And it blows up. And you think, oh no, Chewie and the Ewoks blew up because, but it turns out it was a different one. But because of the weird editing, yeah.
I loved that scene when Chewie and the Ewoks are in that
Yes.
chicken walker.
Yes.
I think it's so funny.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just trying to understand, Travis. It's just that it feels like they're too capable. The Ewoks are too capable against the Empire. That's your tragic maker.
It's this. I think the swing back and forth in general, and then that Chewie and Tarzan swinging onto it was part of it. Which is the switch back and forth between this deadly fighting force that can engineer all these traps. But look how cute and cuddly they are. Oh, but they eat stormtroopers. Oh, but it's just
Okay.
The back and forth is too extreme of a swing, and that including the swing onto the chicken walker.
Gosh, it's almost like they were the type of characters you needed them to be for that moment, as opposed to a more cohesive, consistent.
They're murder bears.
Yes, yeah, it felt very, very like
murder bears.
They were going to eat them. They weren't carnivores, each of your own kind, but it's like they're going to eat them. They're meat eaters, okay?
You have the Care Bears, and now these are the Murder Bears.
Don't eat them. They're my friends.
Oh my. Well, I'm curious, Aaron. What wasn't your friend about Return of the Jedi? What was your tragic maker?
Okay, so earlier Ashley talked about how the Emperor is just this, menace, and is kind of this villain of villains, right? Like he's just evil and menacing and powerful and smart, and somehow he recruits the biggest idiots in the galaxy to be his foot soldiers. And like just the stormtroopers don't match the formidability of the Emperor.
Yeah.
And like you guys are being taken on by Care Bears that are addicted to meth. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Oh, like Cocaine Bear, but Cocaine Ewoks. I want to see that movie.
In defense of the Emperor, I don't think he's in charge of hiring personnel.
Maybe he should have
He
been.
only cares about the high
true.
level, and then everybody down, it's their fault.
Well,
yeah, but there's a
Got rid of the
trickle down,
claims.
and so
Exactly.
somewhere there's a disconnect. Like they
Exactly.
just don't match the formidability.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So, and then a side note is one thing that did go well with the sequels to this was Kylo Ren when he's on SNL and he does
Undercover Boss.
Undercover Boss. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It
that
is
was great.
one of the funniest sketches
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. You're Kylo Ren. Yeah. I knew it when you forced me through the wall.
Yeah.
But that's a good point because remember in the original movie Star Wars, we talked about the fact that Obi-Wan was like, no, these aren't tungsten raiders. These are the shots are too precise.
Right.
for
Right.
The Empire.
And then they're can't hit anything.
Exactly. Oh my. Ashley, what really misfired for you for Return of the Jedi?
It just felt like there were so many tonal changes in this movie. Like it couldn't commit to being.
John Williams needs to do better. I get
I
it.
am not talking about music tonality.
Take it
not.
back.
I am
Take
not.
it back.
Yeah, take it
And
back.
that's another take that Francisco is epically wrong on. But I am not talking about tones as in music. I am talking about the tones throughout the film.
Yes.
How Travis alluded, like, they can't decide if they want the Ewoks to be cute and cuddly or the murderous, rageous, like,
Both.
just tactical.
Get you a teddy bear that
extremists,
does
all of
both.
these things. And then this movie, it has so many different things going on in it. It seems like you're bringing in the Ewoks. It's almost like you're trying to appease small children and really market the toys. Like it just felt like
Yes.
there's so many
Yeah.
more shifts in this movie. I mean, the original Star Wars, it's this hero's journey. You're going through it, and it's pretty consistent in its tone all the way through. Yes, there's some comedic relief here and there, but it's generally taking itself pretty seriously throughout. Empire Strikes Back,
Went really downhill. Yeah.
Again, there's still some moments where it's extremely serious. There's some comedic relief here and there with mostly like your Han Solo type characters, but in this movie, it's kind of all over the place between the one-liners and the teddy bears and the throne room scenes with the Emperor, and it's just kind of all over the place, and I can't handle the tonal changes, not just from movie to movie all the way to this one, but just the tonal changes within this movie as well. It can't decide who this movie is for. Is it for the parents who saw the original and they're like, oh, I love this movie, I want to share this with my kids? Or is it like, oh, those toys that we made for the first two movies were doing great, but we really gotta have a great Christmas season, so let's really, really get something for those kids. They like teddy bears. Why not some warrior bears? And they're cute and cuddly, but they can also kill you.
Yeah, and eat you.
Yeah.
So I totally respect that opinion, Ashley. I guess for whatever reason, I'm not seeing the drastic tone changes that you are. Other than the Ewoks, I could see that.
Because you're in love with this movie.
I'm just saying I'm not seeing it. Not saying they're not there, but I
get it. I mean, I love the movie
You need
too,
to
but
see
they're
it
there.
with your own.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Well, like at the
See
point-
this movie with your own eyes.
No, see-
Take off those nostalgia goggles. See it with your own.
No, see, I need to put the blast shield down and reach out with my feelings.
Nope. Your feelings are wrong.
Oh wow.
They've been wrong a lot lately.
Oh, my
wow.
word! What were you trying to say, Ken?
No, I see what she's saying. Okay, I mean, even though I love the movie, I see the tonal shift. It's like the fact that these Ewoks, like they have these spears. Okay, I mean, when Leia first meets the one, right? She's like, "Here's some food," and he's like. Remember, he's speaking Ewok because he has a language, okay? So they clearly have intelligence. He has a spear. He's wearing a hat, right? She goes, "Oh, it's a hat." I'm like, he's wearing a hat, okay?
That's what I said.
I'm
No,
like,
but-
seriously,
but
right?
It's kind of a poncho.
Here's the the true trusting and loving, and then later on when you shift over, like, wait, they're going to eat them.
Yes.
Why are you carrying them? Couldn't it be easier just to have them walk next to you, right? You're carrying them.
So
they're gonna
they
eat
get away
them.
if they walk.
Well, it's like, okay, it's just like, I get the tonal shifts, right? Basically, the Emperor is so evil and this dastardly and whatnot, and all these little Ewoks. I get that point, even though I love the movie still.
They're cute. Like, don't get me wrong, they're cute, but it's like you can't really decide what is going on with them. It's like, are they superior warriors? Does the Empire, like, do their soldiers really just stink this much? Are they so incapable that these little woodland creatures can take down a big bad empire? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think
they need to talk to HR. They're hiring
Yeah.
department.
Yeah, personnel. Bad hiring.
Or no,
they got rid of the clones. See, they got rid of the clones.
the clones
they're,
suck.
They're not.
They hated clones. They got rid of the
No,
clones.
because
and
they
that was it.
decommissioned all the clones and they age super fast.
Yeah.
These are actually mostly humans and people that actually volunteered to join the Empire.
Or conscripted, but yeah.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Maybe they just
they're-
didn't have anything else to do, so they volunteered.
See, here's the thing, guys. What you don't all realize
What?
is all the elite troopers were in the first Death Star that got destroyed,
that's
and
true.
so they
That's
have nothing
true.
left.
So this
Now-
is like second.
Wait.
This is their
Wait.
bench.
Space station.
This
So
is
the
their
Emperor-
bench.
Yes, this is the
warmers.
bench warmers, exactly.
The Emperor was
That's
lying.
why
He said-
TK-421's not at his station.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're fine. Everything's fine down here. How are you?
How are you?
Okay, let's end this boring conversation. Dustin, what was your tragic maker?
Boring.
Boring.
I was.
Wow.
It's a riff off New Hope.
Anyways,
What New Hope?
What
so
New Hope?
for me, I didn't like it. So I love all the Star Wars characters. You know, we talked Luke, Han, just the chemistry everybody had. But it always bothered me that in the end of a trilogy, I felt like they played it safe by not killing off any of the main cast.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, Yoda did die. He had his Luke, stop talking to me. I'm going to sleep forever now. Moment. Which, you know, as a dad, I totally understand when my girls are just like, Dad. I'm like, I'm just going to go lay down and never wake up now.
Wait. Are you saying the worst thing about Return of the Jedi is that Luke, Leia, or Han did not die?
I would say this. I
This
don't
sounds
know
like a Francisco
who they
answer.
should have killed it off, but I
Anakin
think
died.
in the end, it showed that they played it too safe.
Anakin died? I mean,
Yeah, Darth
Anakin
Vader
did.
died.
Talk about
died.
the main good cast, not the redeemed cast, the bad guys, or the villains, but
You
who
want-
was
but
that
of the,
Ewok guy died?
of the main people that you're following from the first movie all the way through. I mean,
What?
even-
What is wrong with
Well,
you? Why do
Disney
you want
did
to
it
see
for
them
you.
dead?
Disney did
What
it
I'm
for
saying
you. They
is,
killed
if you
one
wanna-
per movie.
If you
That's
want to
true.
get, yeah, Disney was like, we didn't kill anybody. Let's kill them all in the sequel.
One at a
But-
time.
But all
No,
that to
it's
say, in a trilogy, you know, like in the end, the emotional tie, I think it could have made that drive home
True.
crazy if and you know, Ashley's gonna hate this, but let's say Han did die on Endor, you know, trying to save Leia, you know, just something like that. Like think of the emotional stakes that go through the roof in that moment, which I think makes the climax even greater in what could, you know, the end of this series. So
Interesting,
I think,
but you're
I think
wrong.
they ultimately played it too safe by keeping everybody alive from Star Wars all the way through Return of the Jedi.
Well, it's
You've
good
been
thing-
tainted by Endgame.
well, I was thinking, good thing George R.R. Martin wasn't the writer of the script. You know?
I mean, hey, in the EU, like
If
they
he
all
was
made it
if he was the
through and
writer of the
killed people.
script, if Martin was the writer, Luke and Leia would have ended up together and nobody needed
Oh, gosh.
No, it
I-
still wouldn't
wow.
be done though. So.
Harrison
in
Ford
all the
wanted
food.
Han Solo to die, didn't he?
did.
Yes,
He did.
He
Yeah.
got what he
Episode-
wanted in the
yeah.
Disney movies. He's like,
Well,
yes,
but
finally.
he
no,
wanted
no.
he
He
wanted
didn't
him
wanna
to die
be
in the original,
Return of the
right?
Jedi.
Right.
Yeah,
He wanted to die in
wanted
Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jedi
But
He
Knight.
wanted
then-
to
but
die in
then-
Empire.
Yes, I was reading that they weren't sure if he was gonna
Correct.
want to sign on for the third one, and so that was why they froze him in carbonite.
Right.
And so if he didn't want to come back, he was just gonna thaw and die or never come out.
Yep.
Leia drops it in a break.
But he decided to join the cast, and then he did a little bit phone it in. He
Yeah.
did, but you know,
I didn't think he did, honestly, but okay, that's
He had some really iconic lines.
Yes,
He
but in
did, but-
comparison
Yes,
to his
the delivery,
performance from
the
the
delivery.
previous
Yeah.
two films,
okay,
this
guys.
is
Guys,
What?
come on. I have definitive proof against this whole he phoned it in thing. And here's my proof. We all know the meme where he goes, that's iconic. You can't get away from it. You can, and that comes from this movie. So don't
Yes,
give me
but
this whole
that's-
phoned it in stuff.
That
You
is
can't get a
a
meme for phoning it in.
Francisco. That is a moment. I'm
Correct.
talking
That
about.
meme, Francisco,
Correct.
is that
I'm
very popular?
overall-
Or?
I'm talking about just watch the
Everyone's talking at me.
scene.
Sorry, what? Aaron, then Travis, go for it.
Just watch the scene. Right, it's like right at the end. The Death Star has blown up, and Leia is like, "Oh no, Luke is safe." And he's like, "Well, how do you know?" And she's like, "Because I can feel it." And he's like, "Oh, okay, you're in love with him. I'll get out of the way." And she's like, "No, he's my brother." And then they kiss. And this whole interaction where they kiss, and then he kind of has this realization, and then they kiss again, and he's just like, just like,
That was
"Come on,
quick.
bro."
That was a little
Like-
turnaround.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
also he just seems like, I gotta kiss this girl one more time, and now we're done. Like,
I
this
think
is the love of your life.
let me talk to the judge. Yeah, that evidence was tainted. We can't. That's not submissible in the court of
Yeah,
Francisco.
he doesn't say, "Did you kiss him? What's going on?"
Travis, what was your argument for the court going to be?
Oh, I was just gonna say I haven't seen that meme. Is that like a popular meme?
Oh my
It's just
god!
a
where
graphic.
he's
It's okay.
like,
Or
It shows up a lot.
It's just an animated
I'm
GIF. where
branding
he's
you for
pushing
missing
around.
all
He's
these iconic
joking.
movies in American culture. Like, oh, I haven't seen that one.
I'm unfamiliar.
How does that feel? How does that feel to be left out of common discussions?
It happens all the time to me. Wait, did you not get your Tragic Maker, Travis? Is that what you? Are you?
No, I did.
Okay. I thought you were. That was like a veiled. Did I leave you out here?
No.
Okay.
I'm clearing my throat up.
Have I forgotten anyone's Tragic Maker? I think I tabulated correctly, but there's a lot of us.
I only said mine twice.
Do it again.
Yeah, your overconfidence is your weakness.
I snuck in an extra.
Okay, so we're good then. All right, so we've
Depends
all.
on how you define good.
Oh my god.
Young fool.
We have all had a great time talking about the things we didn't like. And now that we've entered all our targeting information into the firing computer, Alice, do you have a firing solution for us?
Firing solution complete. Rating salvo armed and ready to fire on your mark.
Alrighty. So, do we rate Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, a classic? We'd recommend anyone go see this, whether or not they've seen it before. A nostalgic, if you remember liking it as a kid or whenever you saw it last, yeah, watch it again, you'll have fun. But if you've never seen it before, pass this one on by. Or do we rate it a tragic? It's not worth anyone's time to get today. If you've never seen it before, keep it that way. And if you have seen it before, don't sully any good memories you have of it with a rewatch. So let's start first with Ashley, our solo nostalgic prediction. Did it stay nostalgic for you, Ashley, or did it go up or down?
Well, I wanted it to stay nostalgic just to spite you.
What did I do?
No, just to spite you because, you said the same thing about the movie that precedes this.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I said to you is that this entire trilogy is classic,
Mhm.
and you can't say one movie in this entire trilogy is nostalgic when all the others are classic, because that does not compute. You can't, based on how you rate things, calling things nostalgic, you're like, only watch it if you only have fond memories of it. You can't do that with this type of trilogy, and I can't do that to this movie no matter how much I want to spite you. This movie is a classic, just like the two movies that precede it. This entire trilogy is a classic. Justice for Empire Strikes Back. And seriously,
we need shirts.
Young fool, only now at the end do you understand. The entire thing is a classic, no matter what you say. Empire Strikes Back is a classic. And honestly, the masses have it. Aye, we all have it. This entire trilogy is a classic, and you are wrong. You are wrong about Empire Strikes Back because it's the sum of its parts. And this movie also deserves a classic. I rest my case.
In edit, can you please superimpose the Duel of the Fates behind that whole tirade?
Yes.
Thank you for coming to my Star Wars.
I will try to do that.
I
Sure.
just want to know how Ashley really feels.
Impassioned, okay?
Really. Speak from your heart, why don't you? Jeez.
Oh,
That's the
my
only way
word.
I know how to speak.
Oh,
Just put a knife in my heart last episode.
Put a knife in the world's heart that last episode.
Oh.
No, you can't do that.
Wait, so when I listen to it, I'm gonna be in pain. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You feel it.
All right, let's move on. Danae, and thank you, Ashley, for your reign. Danae, and all the rest of us had predicted nostalgic, so I'm just going to ask
What?
your final reign.
Wait,
Danae,
we predicted classic, not
Classic.
nostalgia.
What did I? Sorry,
What?
predicted classic.
Are you?
Danae, what was your final
Precursor to
reign?
your rating?
You're muted, Danae.
Is it
Oh, we
muted
lost
now?
her.
No,
Okay.
no. I hear
Okay.
you now. Okay.
Okay. I obviously kept my rating as a classic.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
obvi.
Obvi, jeez. Dustin, how about you? What was your final reign?
I was gonna give a very impassioned speech, but Ashley beat me to it. So just classic. How can you do anything else other than classic for any of the movies in this trilogy? It's the most classic trilogy of trilogies ever. Classic ever.
Take that, Lord of the Rings,
Or Back to the Future? Yeah. Jeez.
Mhm.
or Indiana Jones.
I don't know. Indiana Jones is pretty good. Okay, Aaron, what was your final reign?
It's definitely a classic. I mean,
Classic as well.
there are things about this that still hold up. It is still like an industry standard for things to do well in a film.
Except for
Um,
explosions.
and it's a great way to end the trilogy. So I mean, again, it's like what Ashley said. It's the sum. It's the sum of its parts. Like all of these are classic films. I don't know for sure, but I would argue that they're probably shown in some film schools for what to do well. And so I don't think there's any way you can get around this being a classic.
Awesome. All right, Ken, what is your final reign?
I'm just dumbfounded and numb that someone thought the Empire was nostalgic. You know, I'm just.
Well,
like-
hopefully you'll someone that loves you will
mean,
unfreeze you out of that
I know,
carbonite.
I know, like Tungsten people say, like Empire is the best movie ever. No, Star Wars, best movie ever. Okay, without Star Wars, you get none of the rest of it. Okay, and yeah, Ashley had a very good impassioned speech there, right? It's just a tragedy that someone of I don't know. Anyways, it's a classic. Okay, it's a classic. Oh,
Gosh, did anything controversial happen last episode?
I don't know.
It's so
I don't think
weird.
so. I think it was
No.
a mild one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, I
like
think so.
normal
So,
reactions.
The most undebated, level-headed
Yeah.
conversation
Okay.
we've
Although
ever
I've
had.
Seems
heard
pretty
some
typical.
rumors of throwing people into carbon freezes, but I don't know. Those were just some rumblings.
Yeah, obviously we're all just out of carbon freeze now, so
Everything's
I'm sure it
fine.
didn't
No,
happen.
just
happen.
throw him into the Sarlacc pit. That would be better.
Oh
Francisco
my!
asking me if our couch is available, even though he lives many hours away. That drive almost happened.
Yeah, and you said no. How
I
dare you?
did say no because you said nostalgic. It was not welcome in my house.
Travis, what is your final reign for Return of the Jedi?
Well, like the pacing just didn't do it for me,
Mhm.
and it needed a big ending, like Aragorn and Theoden riding out at the end of Helm's Deep. So it's
Yeah,
nostalgic.
yeah, I see that.
No,
yeah.
no, actually, those
For
reasons are
R2D2.
wrong. It's a classic. It's a classic. Come on.
Classic.
That wasn't my rant. That was my passive aggressive dig at you. I don't know if you guys heard the difference, but that's what it
nice.
was.
Because that's what I said in Empire Strikes Back. Is that what you're getting at? I see.
Mhm.
I see.
You're never living it down, Francisco.
I will someday.
No, it's not happening.
No, he did Holy Grail too. I mean,
I
come on,
won't
he's
let
just.
you forget.
I was just about to say, if you thought he got flack for Holy Grail, hold on.
This is one of the things that Ashley's going to bring up, like when you load the dishwasher wrong.
Or 20 years from now. Do you remember?
When it's time to re-record this
Yes.
podcast episode, it's like you know what to do this time.
No
You know
more
what you need
record.
to do, but you don't know if you have the strength to do it.
Oh my word. All right, before we get to me and Paul's rating, so far we have a full sweep of classics. So what me and Paul say isn't going to matter to a hill of beans. But before we get there, we like to go to our reflux capacitors. You all get to vote on these films as well and add to our collective rating. And you rated Return of the Jedi a classic, so we have yet another classic to add to the heap. So now we'll get to me and Paul's ratings. Paul, I know you like to change things up. You don't like to just have this be all the classic show. So what are you going to rate this?
I'm going to say you took one for the team last time in Empire Strikes Back. You spoke from your heart and you spoke with honesty, and I appreciate that. And to support that, I am also going to be honest and rate this a classic.
Okay.
That I'd recommend. If you haven't seen this, I would put it on your to see list after the first 2 movies before it.
If you haven't seen this, what rock have you lived under your entire life?
Well,
Or it's the people that are like, I've never seen Star Wars, and I like
never
seeing
will.
people be shocked that I haven't, and so
yeah.
I'm just
Hate
gonna
that.
hold on to that forever.
Oh, that
Here's
was
to
me
you, Mary
in
Oh, that
Indiana
was
Jones.
with
It's one of
Indiana
my
Jones.
biggest-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Lord,
One of my biggest pet peeves.
Wait, you've never seen Indiana Jones,
No,
Ashley?
I 2021 I finally saw them, but there were a lot
It
of
took you that long.
Wow.
yeah.
I have
yeah.
questions.
You want to talk about something that's tragic? Wow.
Yeah, there were lots of things that I did that for. There's still some things that I hold on to that. Well, I've never seen that.
Yes, some shrapnel that way. Let's forget about this
No.
whole Empire Strikes
No.
Back
Yes,
thing.
actually.
No,
What
because
else
she's
can
been
we
redeemed.
convince you to watch?
I mean,
And
I've
she's
seen.
been redeemed, it sounds like, Francisco, whereas you have not.
I mean, what else? I saw all the Matrix movies. That was something that Francisco made me watch. So I've seen the Matrix
Made you?
movies. I've seen all of the Indiana Jones. Well, the original trilogy. We don't.
The
mention
ones that
other
matter,
ones.
'kay.
Yes,
The ones that matter.
I finally have seen the first 2 Terminator movies, the only ones that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the list continues.
Good job.
All right, so that leaves me, guys. And you know what? I hate those explosions so much, but not enough to call this anything other than a classic. Definitely. Why are you peering at me like that, Ashley? I'm just giving my honest rating here.
someone sounds like they have a guilty conscience.
I'm always honest with these ratings.
We saw the light.
But yes, and she has seen the 2 Alien movies.
I've seen the first 2,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
the
classic
best
for
too.
me. So according to the Retro Rewind podcast, we rate Star Wars Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. The Return of the Jedi, a unanimous classic film. Would you recommend anyone go see this, whether or not you've seen it before?
Justice
Including
for
Empire Strikes Back. Yep.
Which is also a classic film according to the Retro Rewind podcast. So what justice
Just
do you
not
need?
you.
But you
it's just not
disputed it.
unanimous because of
Jeez,
you.
Francisco,
You
you
put
can't
the
have
you
your own
in
opinion, don't you
non-unanimous.
realize?
So I think it's time to get back to our own time. Good old 20XX.
20XX.
Mutiny.
All right, let's cancel the mutiny.
Comsat online. Awaiting incoming transmissions.
Feels good to be back. But we wouldn't have been able to travel back to 1983 to begin with if it weren't for our amazing reflux capacitors, namely Deborah Powers, Geek Devotions, Drew of the Cellcast, Ashley Ruiz. Oh, you're right here. Woohoo! Kennethan. Oh, you're
90
here
more.
too. Woohoo! Fabulous Lomax, That's Our Bobo, D Tungsten, Daryl Hafner, Cool Deluxe, Dustin He's a Big Joe Warford. Oh, you're here as well. Woo! Flux, Redeemed Otaku, Ryan Frostad, in addition to 2 other awesome patrons as well.
Is that it?
Then I'm going to continue after you play your sound bit.
All right. Sorry, folks. We're still getting used to. Never mind.
I'm sorry I didn't put it in the script.
It's all right. You're almost forgiven for last time.
Now witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational stream, sponsored by PaulJPowers.com.
Indeed. And thank you to Paul, all you awesome reflex capacitors, and keep the gigawatts coming. And if you want to help keep us flying and get bonus content for your generosity, head over to retrorewindpodcast.com/support to start.
See, Francisco, are there some ways that people can support the podcast without digging into their pockets for credits?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you can't, I mean, you could certainly subscribe on firejoystudios.com for free and be updated, be in the loop on what we're doing. And if you're just all about Retro Rewind podcast, why don't you press the tap the share podcast icon on your podcast player, or share this episode in your podcast player with a friend, especially if you're not driving. Don't be driving doing that. But share it with a friend saying, I know you like Star Wars, or I know you love Return of the Jedi, so I thought you'd like this podcast on it. So sharing with your friends is a great way to spread the word about Retro Rewind podcast.
Cool. And I'll bet they'll thank you for it.
I bet so.
And Edna mode, because I really wanted to do this ahead of time in the chat. We didn't do this in the chat.
Oh, yeah, we forgot. Sorry. Okay.
So
yeah, Edna mode.
basically, this is the shout out time, people. We're going to call on you individually. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Some people want to be found, want to
shout something out that they're doing.
Right. And other people are like, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go around. Danae, do you want to shout out or just be thanked?
I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. Dustin, you want to spell Puyallup for people?
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Aaron, do you want to just be thanked or do you want to shout out?
I forgot to message you earlier. So you guys tell me if you're okay with this or not. So
Well, just hold on. You are live now, so if you don't want any important information, put it in
okay.
the chat.
Well, I will just be good being thanked then.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk afterwards.
Sure.
And Travis, you're thanked or you're not happy to be here?
I am unhappy. No, just
No, okay. You want to be thanked? Okay. Ashley?
I'm still on the fence because if I'm going to tweet, I need to tweet about how Francisco is just wrong about his take on Empire Strikes Back. But no,
All right, so shout out.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. People can find me if they really want to. They'll figure it out.
You're not gonna shout out justice for Empire Strikes Back?
I mean, I probably should start that going on, the
that needs to be a
platform.
thing.
Maybe I should do that. See if people rally. Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Happy to be here.
Ken?
Do I even want to be associated with this? podcast?
All right, we'll give you a platform. Okay. All right. All right. And we'll go into this. Cool, and I bet they'll thank you for it. And speaking of thanking people, we want to give a big force hug to Ashley, Danae, or is it Dana? I forget. Kristen,
Yeah, Donna.
Aaron.
I don't remember what you said, but it was multiple
It was
times wrong.
Dana Burge, I think is what it was.
More than once.
I've been
Yeah.
saying Denia this whole time.
Great.
And there's Darren and Kent and Beavis. Or anyway, and we like to thank you all for supporting your thoughts about Star Wars VI Return of the Jedi. And since we like to go alphabetically, first of all, Ashley, thank you so much for being here and sharing your thoughts. And Danae, thank you for coming once again on this Ewok adventure with us. And Dustin, I hear you're a big deal, Warford. How?
I'm kind of a big deal, if you know.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you
just kind of. Oh, what's with the demotion?
I've always said kind of a big deal. You've always promoted me, and I've just gone with it. But you're like my biggest promoter, Francisco. I appreciate it, even if I don't appreciate your opinion on Empire. It's a true story.
Where can people find you, Dustin? How about that?
You can find me online. I pastor a church in Puyallup, so ccpuyallup.com. That is Puyallup. If you don't remember how to say it, I'm not going to remind you. Just try and phonetically figure it out. It's awesome to hear people mess with that one. But yeah, you can find our stuff online there or on Facebook or Instagram.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you again for being here, and thank you, Aaron Wallace, for joining us.
And are you checking the chat, Paul?
No.
Okay. I'm totally fine with you sharing that, Aaron. So
Okay.
you can go for it.
Okay.
So ask Aaron to share. Is there anything you want to share, Paul?
Thank you, Aaron, for joining us, for being here. Let's start that again. And thank you, Aaron, for joining us and sharing your thoughts.
So glad to be here.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I still haven't read the chat. After I thank you, you just go and say whatever you want, okay?
Okay, great.
All right. Voltron. And thank you, Aaron Wallace, for being here and joining us and sharing your thoughts.
Awesome. I'm so glad to be here. And one of the things that I am working on right now is I lead the student council at the private school that I work at, which is Faith Bible Christian School in Hillsboro, Oregon. And we are currently doing a fundraiser to raise money for Chromebooks, which is something that we need.
Are
and
Chromebooks disadvantaged? Like, do they need better memories or something? Or
Probably also.
No, but
oh,
anyway,
to buy Chromebooks.
To buy Chromebooks, yes. And so the way that we are doing that is we are selling Willamette Valley pies, which would come to you frozen on October 31st if you live in the Hillsboro area. And so you can keep them in the freezer and save them until Thanksgiving. But all of the money is going to go to help us buy Chromebooks. So if you would like to order a pie, then I would love for you to reach out to me. You can email me at ewallace@fbcs.school. Or you can just find me on Instagram, emoneydub, and message me there, and I'll get you hooked up.
So are these frozen in carbonite, and were they frozen in Cloud City?
I wish they were frozen in carbonite, but they are not. But they are delicious pies.
Cool.
Do I need to spell Puyallup in order to get a pie, or
just ewallace@fbcs.school?
Oh, it's easier to spell.
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. And Ken, thank you for joining us and bringing your Star Wars wisdom and knowledge with you.
Thank you. You can find me on Twitch. I stream it as Kennethan. You also find me on Twitter at Kennethan Live. And so, yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan. That's why I have my Return of the Jedi no episode poster. This is here, so.
Nice. And
Awesome.
Travis, thank you for joining us again for this Ewok adventure.
Yeah.
So
It takes a caravan of courage.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully we'll make it through this battle on Endor. Yeah, and I just want to repeat, thank you so much, Ashley, Danae, Dustin, Aaron, Ken, Travis, my Jedi friend Paul, and all the Rewinders, new and old, for another fun voyage.
Thank you indeed, or no?
Also want to thank Alutrick for enhancing our music. Find him at alutrick.bandcamp.com or youtube.com/@Alutrick. That's spelled ALLOOUTRICK, then the number 8266 for the YouTube. So thank you so much to him.
Boy, that's a long website and hard to remember. You know what's easier to remember? PaulJPowers.com. You can
we're not including these because we spawned. I'm sorry, I need to take them off.
I'm reading
Voltron!
the script. It's a good thing you edited that out the one time I went against that website. All right, as the Emperor just said, we are now part of it.
No, that's all gone too now.
All right.
Yeah,
then it's your
I'll
turn.
put the Culture Box thing in post because I need to put that. I need to figure out where that's supposed to go. But so we just did Alutrick. Yeah. So thank you to Alutrick. Thank you to you guys. Thank you, EXO, and thank you for listening. We pray you are more joyful today than when you first hit play. But like a Pokemon, we got to catch you all for the Mothman Prophecies, our Halloween episode where we invite a bunch of pastors on for this next adventure of the Retro Rewind podcast.
Nice.
Retro Rewind mission complete. Proceed to base to await next mission.
Nice. That is a
That
great
song
way
slaps.
to end it, Paul. Oh my. Awesome. Well, now I'm going to check some time to go listen to remixes of Indie Yub Nub. Yes, do it, Baba. I think that's the way to go. So I am going to attempt now. Those of you watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble, we're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna try to do that. If you are a supporter on FireJoy Studios, you should have received a link in a post I sent before the podcast that will give you a link to watch on Riverside, where you can continue watching us for the spiritual speculation. But I don't know if I can, that may not work. So hold on while I try to figure this out.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Okay.
And while I'm doing this, you're all free to use the restroom, get water, anything you need to do while I'm trying to figure this out.
So I'm going to leave you. It's getting late here, so I'm not staying for longer.
Okay.
Sorry about that. But,
No, that's
we'll see
fine. Thank you
around.
so much for hanging out, Ken. Appreciate you so much.
Enjoy
Tell
it. A
me
lot of
this
fun.
isn't because of my Empire Strikes Back.
No.
right?
I was later and I was going to be, see my
Gotcha.
wife. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
last bit of thing for the night.
No
So,
worries. Okay.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Yeah, and if anyone else needs to mosey on out, that's totally fine. Totally understandable. No worries.
Closes camera, leaves. No, just kidding.
Oh! I thought you were saying Ken was doing
No,
that
I'm
because he
talking
did
about-
as
no, I'm talking about
you.
me.
Okay.
I'm talking about me.
Oh my word. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to do it like I wanted, unfortunately. So I guess everyone gets the spiritual speculation, which is fine.
Too bad you don't get to drink from the fire hose.
Drink from the fire hose. So let's see. Travis Paul's still here. I'm not sure if Travis and Danae are leaving or if they're just going to the restroom or whatever. But okay. Why can't I figure this out?
Because you're trying it for the first time.
Yeah, that's
why.
pretty much. Nothing there. Yeah, if I click on those just go to the links. I wonder if I could do that. Let me try that. Let's see. So I'm seeing if I can just end the stream from within the places themselves. Okay, main stream. And am I able to end this from here? I don't think so, which is a little annoying, but so be it. Yeah, no.
It's past
All right.
9:30.
Yes, it is past 9:30. So that's why I was telling people if they need to leave, that's totally fine.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be able to end the stream on the other places like I thought. So we're just going to roll with it, and it'll be what it is.
Sunscreen good. No I think I'm going to go ahead and step out as well.
Okay.
But thank you so much for having me on.
Of course, Aaron.
Always
Thank you
love
so much
doing
for
this.
being on.
Yeah.
So
See ya.
glad.
Take care.
Bye, Aaron.
Good
But
luck with
you
the
too,
pies.
Ashley. Thank you.
Yeah,
See you
good luck
guys
with the
later.
pies. Okay.
Bye.
What chat was that? Where with the
Okay,
pies? were?
so there's do you see where it says live stream chat and
I
studio
did, and
chat?
that showed the Twitch stuff.
Yeah, so if you click back, there's a way to look at live stream chat and then studio chat where you can see
I
where
don't
it's
even
just
see that anymore.
let's see. Hi. Did you get any notification anywhere of something?
Chat.
Studio chat.
I only see this.
No, that's in the main chat. So at the top, does it say live stream chat?
No. It says
Of that-
live.
Does anyone else see it, or is
No, it's a a real thing because you've got a couple different things. You've got the live stream chat, and then you toggle out of that. There is also something called studio chat, and that is
Yeah, and I don't see that.
Hi,
Travis
hello
just
there.
found it. He said you are free to move about the cabin. Good to know.
No, I don't. Oh well, another
Okay.
time.
And that's fine. And Dustin sees it. Okay. I'm gonna ask Travis when he gets back if
Travis is right here.
I know. Well, he's not hearing us because
Oh,
he's
okay.
Oh, sorry.
No. I was just gonna ask: is Danae joining, or is she going done for the night?
I
Seeing
think
if the
she's trying
Ewoks
to
ate their
join back in,
kids.
but the app is not as reliable. It keeps kicking her out.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo! All right. Well, we'll
I
wait
thought
just
she
a
was
second.
checking to see if the Ewoks ate your kids or not.
Oh my gosh!
Nope, they're safe. Nestled
That's
safely
good.
in their
I'm glad
beds
they're
under
safe.
the tree.
Or do we still have any watchers online?
Yeah, 5 it looks like. So I'm going to double check. Dustin, you have a spiritual speculation, and Ken's gone. Oh no!
Yep, he ran away.
I guess just you
You
I guess just you,
offended him deeply,
Dustin.
husband.
I offended him greatly.
I said you offended him deeply.
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 At least it's not
we just
greatly.
said- okay. Regardless, would Danae like us to wait, Travis, for her to try to get back on? Because that's totally fine. Just
She was trying to rejoin and it looked promising, but now it doesn't again. She's trying again.
Okay.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
She was just
I'm-
tapping the screen.
Travis, I like the top part of your shirt. It makes me want to see the rest of it. Oh, cool! It's schematics.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. The less common of the schematic T-shirts. You see the Falcon a lot, but
Yeah.
let's see.
seemed
Chats.
fitting.
Indeed. Though I guess there was an at in Return of the Jedi, and that on the
Yeah, they're
Forest Moon.
on the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not an AT-AT. That's the ATST. Thank you. On 2 legs.
No,
No,
they
that's a
have
chicken
mostly
walker.
those.
But when they do a faraway shot and they show the whole,
It's like when the trifold thing is landing, there's an at walking, and I get the sense that that's what's carrying Luke in handcuffs to Vader, like they're in sort of like a vestibule from the at to the main hangar or something. I don't know.
They didn't have that at to fight the Ewoks, though, man.
Yeah, you'd think that would have been the clincher. It's like
They just had the little ones.
well, they're easier to navigate through the trees. Probably.
I guess
The big one could just blow through the trees.
Yeah, but they don't want to
Exactly,
blow their own people.
Really? Do they really care that much? It's the Emperor.
Did you see that deleted scene where the Emperor was ordering the Death Star commander to blow up the Forest Moon if
Really?
Yeah, there's a deleted scene where the Emperor was ordering the main commander to like blow up the Forest Moon if the rebels were still alive. So like if the shield got brought down, he's like blow up the moon, kill his friends.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah,
but
and he's like, but I have 3 battalions down there. It was just like another example of the Emperor's ruthlessness.
Jeez. But that wouldn't really help him at all, I don't think, other than spite. But
yeah.
Today's back.
Yay!
I can't tell you how this happened. It tried like 5 times.
Wow.
Well, thank you for your gumption to continue. We'll get right to it. Welcome, Reflex Capacitors, to another spiritual speculation where we take a look at the spiritual themes that the movies we cover on the podcast put us to think about. Tonight, we're going to be covering the spiritual aspects of Return of the Jedi. Probably a quick conversation just because we had a long podcast, lots of people on it, which was fun. We have a smaller crew for the spiritual speculation, but hopefully we'll give you maximal spiritual juiciness.
Not everyone
Yeah, we'll
made
go with
it
that.
through the final battle.
Hard pass.
But before we get into that, definitely check out our review of Return of the Jedi at Firejoy Studios. But before all that, let's go around, say real quick who we are, what our spiritual life was like growing up and what we currently believe today. My name is Francisco. I was raised Presbyterian, currently a non-denominational Protestant Christian. Let's go to Ashley next.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I was raised Catholic, and I'm currently a non-denominational Protestant Christian.
Awesome. Let's do Dustin next.
All right, my name is Dustin. I was raised in a branch off of the Pentecostal church, and the denomination is called Open Bible. I'm a third-generation pastor, and I am in a denomination.
Awesome. Shots fired. Danae?
I was raised Southern Baptist, and I am a non-denominational Protestant Christian.
Which is its own denomination, kind
I
of,
was like-
Dustin.
It
So,
absolutely
yeah.
is a denomination now.
You said you have a denomination, but you didn't say what it was. Is that
did.
intentional?
Open
you
Bible.
did.
Open Bible,
Open
right?
Bible.
Open Bible
okay,
is the
okay.
denomination, yes.
No, it's where you just open your Bibles and there's God's word.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
that
we're
be
the
all
only
of
one that
us?
opens our Bible. I'm just kidding. I won't go there.
Wow.
Just kidding. Totally kidding. Wow.
Travis.
Hi, my name's Travis. I was raised charismatic Pentecostal, no snakes, but ribbons, to help you judge there. But I'm currently a Protestant Christian.
Awesome. And Paul.
So I was raised kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We really didn't have much civilization. I mean, we had a oh my gosh, my mind is blanking. It's been so long. We had one of those witch doctor that we listened to. You know, like
Really?
what do the bones say kind of thing. But then we had some basically an influx of alien invasions and during one of them was we thought was a god, but it was actually a golden robot, and he told us actually he spoke 6 million languages and he knew a lot of stuff, including the one who is Jesus, who was died, crucified, rose again in 3 days, and he is the one true Savior. So I follow Jesus now.
I rate that backstory tragic. You've had much better.
Wow.
But that's neither here nor there. Thank you all. Let's get into our spiritual speculation. Dustin, what did you see from this film?
Three major things as I was watching that came to mind. And I can maybe list all three and then just kind of see where the conversation goes from there. But one of them, we talk about it a lot in the actual episode podcast, the redemption theme. We see Vader redeemed, and which again in the podcast I talk about my ultimate tragic maker for the movie. How cool would it have been if Luke would have seen Vader kill one of the main characters and then still get redeemed? Again, just I think makes the character arc even better.
Wasn't killing the younglings enough for you?
This was written well before the younglings. But all that to say, redemption, and the Bible obviously is an incredible love and redemption story for all of humanity. And you see that culminate through all of, the beginning of Star Wars now to end of Return of the Jedi. You see the redemption of Vader. The second one I see is the self-sacrifice. Luke just decides to lay down his arms and, I won't fight you. And ultimately, even at the end, he has the opportunity to strike Vader down for good, and he doesn't do it. So he lays his life down for his dad. Ultimately, his dad saves him. And then just the temptation that Palpatine consistently throws at Luke. I'll offer you power. I offer you ruling the galaxy. And not that we see anything of temptation in Scripture ever, right? but we see just we see a really cool a biblical story in this movie. The fall of one guy, the redemption, laying down your arms, resisting, and then the eventually saving everyone through his sacrifice. And so it's those are the main three things that I pull from this.
Yeah. For me, the one that sticks out is the I guess the temptation piece. I feel like it doesn't work in this movie as well as it does in real life. I don't know, and I can go into that, but I want to give other people a chance. Do any of those aspects, redemption, putting your life aside for others, self-sacrifice, or temptation, speak to any of you guys that is like, oh, I want to talk about that?
I'm curious where you. There's a couple things.
Okay.
Let's go with the temptation. Let's start there. What in Return of the Jedi was tempting?
Oh, the Emperor tempted Luke with unlimited power and ruling the galaxy. Strike down your dad. Strike down Vader and join me. And and Vader tempted him in Empire. Hey, we can take out the Emperor and we can rule. And then in Return of the Jedi now, the Emperor offers the same thing. No, strike down Vader and we can rule together. And so Luke has this opportunity to do it, to give into the dark side and become just. He probably could have ended up taking out Palpatine himself as well, and then become the supreme authoritative power.
Probably could. Because
Wasn't that in the EU?
No.
Or I thought there was like a
It's like the what if version. What?
Yeah, maybe, but it was like a prophecy. Like the one that will rule the galaxy will have like a mechanical hand, and no,
not really. No, but I was thinking, like, as we're going with this temptation, like Palpatine could feel Luke's anger and just this wrath that he had for the Emperor, and he's like, he's like saying, you could be so powerful, like give into it.
Yeah.
Like really saying, like, you have no idea just how powerful you could be if you just let that anger flow through you and actually do it. But Luke is like, no, I'm not gonna let that take hold of me, because it seems like in knowing who Anakin Skywalker becomes, he knows, like, if you give into that, you become something so far from who you are, and he doesn't want to lose his humanity, and he still senses that small sliver of good in his dad, despite having fallen and despite going through all of that, and he knows, like, it's a cautionary tale. I don't want to be tempted like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, so there's a verse in James that kind of talks about that. So Palpatine, he really tempts Luke not through brute force, other than kill your dad, but the way he's seducing him is like your self justification, your power. He's really offering him this seductive look at what you can be, and James,
and even the whole idea of look, I'm defenseless, cut me down, and you'll become greater. It's this whole idea that. I don't even have to be here. You can just be all you want to be. You just have to destroy me. I think Palpatine knows that Vader's going to defend him and whatnot.
Yeah,
but he doesn't need to give in to anger. He can just like, oh, okay, here, like,
yeah.
But
I
think
James,
he is okay. Go ahead.
James chapter 1, 14 and 15 says, "But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it's full grown, gives birth to death." And so you just see this enticing, like what is going to tempt Luke? What is going to get him to finally cross over? Palpatine does that kind of seductive, just give in. Vader goes the other route and goes, maybe if your sister, you won't tell me, your sister will. So he gets, tries to get him with a different angle, which ultimately Luke almost gives into. He lashes out.
Yeah.
And then in that realization moment where he looks at his hand and his dad's hand, he stops.
Exactly.
Because it feels like that's like the trajectory that would set him down a path very similar to his dad's. Right after he cuts off his hand, and he's like, he sees the mechanical parts, and then he does. You make a great point. He looks at his own mechanical hand, and it's like, no, this is where I need to stop. I need to just lay it down. I can't let this continue.
Yeah, he's one swing away from literally becoming his dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, how often do we have those moments in our life where we're like just one lightsaber swing away from making a really terrible choice?
Yeah.
Whatever sin that might be in our life. And
Or like every generation healing a little bit more trauma.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Travis, I feel like you were going to say something a while ago. Do you still remember what it was, or?
Oh yeah. I think in addition to like that redemptive part too, I thought it was cool how Luke, even though he does lash out in the anger to defend his sister, that great iconic score there of really bashing on Vader, being able, that was encouraging from a spiritual perspective too. Even though if we make those mistakes along the way, it doesn't mean that that's like our destiny, right? It's not too late to stop and be like, no, but I can make a good choice now.
Yeah.
That's what
Anakin, who's like, oh, sorry.
No, I was about to say that's how I took at it. It was being said before that he was one swing away, but for me, he was already lashing out in anger, and he was looking at his arm like, oh, look what I have become, And it's for me, it's like looking at this point of like, oh, I've already crossed the line, but I don't have to stay here. And so he's like, he realizes where he is, and he's like, no, this isn't. And he throws away his lightsaber. It's like, no, this is. I don't have to. It's almost the Armenian thing of like, it's my own will. Like I have a choice in this, but then the Calvinist is like, well, did you really? Because it was kind of predestined for you to do it anyway. But anyway, I like how it shows like even in you can be somewhere and you realize you don't want to be. There's still a way out. Hopefully,
Yeah.
No one's past redemption, and I think that's kind of a great way to segue into the redemption of like Darth Vader and what it is to be redeemed. Just because you see like, and especially if you compare like younger Anakin, like if you've watched both the prequel and this original trilogy, seeing the end result of where Darth Vader is, seeing all the things that Anakin did in his fall and descent to this place, and then knowing that his son never gave up on him, and that he believed, he saw even this tiniest little glimmer, and that no one is past redemption, just like how Christ sees us.
Which is, it still baffles me a bit because I don't see anything redemption worthy in Vader. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And
So
I
I
think
don't know what he's feeling. I think
there's a love and hope.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like the mother or the grandmother who's praying for the grandson or son who's like caught in the gang wars and is like totally on the wrong side, but they're still praying for him, and they still have that hope for him,
Yeah. Because as long as you're breathing, you're not. It's not too late.
Right.
But
Okay,
or
maybe he just uses the Force and senses there's still good in him.
I suppose yes, it could be that too. I think it's the redemption that that Vader has. I was unfortunately this didn't come up in the review because it wasn't a fair point, but I recall always loving the moment where Vader does this. I forget, one of you I think mentioned it. He does this sort of head turn as he's looking at Luke, and then the Emperor, sort of almost this internal conflict of which one he's going to choose, and he chooses to save his son. And I remember being so like sullied by the re-release of Return of the Jedi, where they add the no, I guess, to be some sort of bookend with the Attack of the Clones no,
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith no. And so I was expecting to hear that in our edition because it's a special edition, and then it wasn't there. So I sort of like missed the whole like beauty of like, oh man, this is the moment. So all that to say is that I think going off this whole it's never too late. So often we can get trapped in thinking it is too late for me. I have done everything wrong and there's no going back. And so I just have to dig deeper into this pit. But it's not too late. The whole point of, I think the big aspect of being redeemed is that it can happen at any time, and you can choose. There will be fallout. Vader dies, and he doesn't get to see his son anymore, even though he comes back to the Force Ghost, so I guess he still does. And then he's replaced by Hayden Christensen, so I guess he doesn't. It's very complicated. But the idea that he still makes it right and brings healing, even though it costs him his life, I think is what matters. So I know, super poignant. You guys got nothing to say. I mean, that's what Francisco brings to these. Pride? I think we should talk about pride, guys.
Before the fall.
You're 10 times more humble than I am.
I was always told that I'm super humble, and that's something I'm pretty proud of myself about.
Any other?
We might be in competition because I've always been called the Great Humble One. At least that's what I call myself.
Oh. Okay. Any other thoughts or things people wanted to mention? I didn't really have anything else. The only spiritual speculation I had was in the same vein as this of like the Vader being sort of saved by his son, how Jesus, God's son, saves us. But
Yeah, well, it's ultimately a transformation through love.
Yeah.
You know, he sees the good in his dad. He loves his dad, and it's the show how Luke's love and his faith in his dad ultimately turns his dad back to him.
Yeah. Danae, were you about to say something?
That's okay.
Okay. Then I think if we're all done. Hamburger. Oh, Solomon. Oh, okay. I'm like, why are you mentioning hamburgers, Paul? I think we should talk about hamburgers. Well, we're not going to talk about that right now, Solomon. But Calculus is in the drawer. He's not coming out. So welcome for being here, though. We're about to wrap up. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this conversation. Thank you, Danae, Travis, Dustin, Ashley, Paul. Thank you, Reflexive Pastors, for supporting this content. And we pray as a blessing to you. And from all of us, we bid you shalom.
That means peace.
Indeed. All right, we're out of here. I'm going to end the recording. Goodbye. Yes, goodbye, humble Solomon. Solomon's a friend of Ken that I know through streaming and stuff. So he teases about hamburger because he thinks Calculus should be cooked. Calculus is this puppet that I have, guys, on the game stream.
So much backstory.
Yeah, there.
I was like,
More
what?
information.
Oh, are you getting Calculus up?
This little guy?
Oh, hi. I'm Calculus, a fun-loving cow. Oh, hi,
How did
Ashley.
he get
How you
named
doing?
Calculus?
Because he's a cow, and calculus is a type of math.
Calculus?
Yeah,
Calculus.
I'm good at math.
I was
Look,
like, either that or he has some really bad teeth.
the derivative of x 2x cubed is 6x squared. See, I'm good at math.
It's
And
an older
calculus.
code, sir, but it checks out.
All right. Thank you, my love. Indeed. Yes. All right. So we're going to end it. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to end the stream. I'll